I'll be with you. 겨울이 오게 기다리는 아이처럼 내 맘에 널 그려 포근했던 나의 온기 눈을 닮았어. Falling quietly, piling up in my heart. 우리 아닌 모든 것 fade out 된 것처럼 너와 나의 세상 속에 계절을 보내. 첫눈 오는 날 널 만나는 그날 차가운 네 공기조차 날 설레게. On the first snowy day I will melt away. Cause I'll be with you. 하이처럼 웃는 너의 미소가 나는 바람이 뽑아야 미칠 듯 보고 싶어 널 안아줄 거야. 만나기만 해. 그날만을 위해 살아가는 것처럼 너와 나의 세상 속에 겨울을 맞아. 첫눈 오는 날 만나는 그날 차가운 네 공기조차 날 설레게. On the first snowy day I will melt away. Cause I'll be with you. 드디어 널 만나 눈 감고 상상 just you and I. Shut and lock all the doors 널 원해 기다려왔어. Look into my eyes. 우리만의 시간으로 우리만의 첫눈 오는 날 만나는 그날 기다리던 날 보면 울지도 몰라. On the first snowy day I will melt away. Cause I'll be with you. Cause I'll be with you.
Welcome to the stream. We are here for our yearly Best of live stream. This is the third year in the row that we have done this, so thank you for making it if you are here live or if you're watching the VOD, which is going to be up on Wednesday as a special video. We will be battling and tier ranking a bunch of blind box series from 2023 to find the best and then the worst of the year. And I will have a link in the chat and in the video description if you want to tier rank along with me. If you do, please share with me and tag me. I would love to see what your top picks are in the tier rank and what is your worst tier looking like. And we have a lot of series to talk about tonight. We have 74 total for tier ranking and 64 to battle one-on-one against each other. So we are going to jump into it pretty quickly. There's going to be a ton of polls in the chat tonight, so make sure that you are voting. And if you are watching the VOD that'll be out on Wednesday, you can go to my community page and there will be some votes up there that you can do for our top 4. And for anyone in the chat right now, do you have any predictions on who the top 4 will be? I am going to put them all up on my community page. So during the stream, we're gonna have our winner, but I do know my stream is a much smaller audience than my YouTube. So I think the poll on the community tab is going to be probably more accurate on what everyone's favorite is, but it'll be interesting to see if they end up matching. And I did a lot of Instagram polls to prep for today. So I'll show you some of the polls I ended up doing on my Instagram. I had to narrow it down because I swear I feel like just on a rough estimation, Popmart did like over 100 releases. So I've had to go ahead and go through and do a bunch of different polls to kind of get the Popmart series down to a more manageable number. So it's going to be pretty crazy. And if you are curious, all Sanrio, all ball jointed dolls, all collabs, all mini pop bean figures, all the non-traditional figures or like franchises, they're all removed. So this is just the bare bones because this cannot be more than a few hours stream. Otherwise, I think it would be like an all-day 7-hour stream, which we're not going to do. And I am sorry there was a bit of a delay. I was sick last week at the end of January. This was supposed to be up on YouTube in January, but I wasn't able to stream. But yeah, I'm excited to see everyone's predictions. And we did have a few winners on Instagram for best small brand and best brand overall. And I do have a community post as well for the best brands. Instagram results look a bit different than what I've gotten so far. So we have a lot to go on about. And before we get into today's stream, I do just want to mention, if you are a fan of ball jointed dolls, I am going to have a special stream next Saturday, and it will be on the 10th of February. And we will have 6 boxes to open that are ball jointed dolls. They were kindly gifted to me from Kika Goods. And we are going to also be doing a tier ranking. I think there's it was like 26 ball jointed doll series on the Kika Goods website. Maybe it was like 34. I feel like 34 was the number I came up with last night. So if you do like ball jointed dolls, make sure to make it for Saturday's stream because it is going to be super special. And I will go back to this screen for a second. I have some of the series lined up behind me. So if you want to see some of the series that we had, those are some of the ones that you will see. And we're gonna like do comparisons, swap clothes, swap faces, maybe even have a look of removing eyes. We're gonna have some fun with ball jointed dolls. So next Saturday's stream is gonna be really exciting. Jay, you're really excited about the ball jointed stream? Oh, I'm happy. And it looks like we have quite a few people in chat. We have Apple, Jordan, Jay, we have Toki. That's awesome. And I know our mod is going to be here pretty soon. I did have a poll up about the stream on Saturday. I haven't announced the start time. I am still trying to come up with a good start time for that. So I will end that poll for now, but thank you for submitting that. That gives me an idea of when it'll be starting. But I'm going to announce that for Monday. I think it should be up on Monday, so you can save that. But I'm gonna drop in the chat right now. This is our official tier ranker. And how is the audio for everybody as well? Just let me know, because I had to change some settings around. I'm a bit curious how everything is sounding. Audio is good? All right, great. Perfect. That's what I like to hear. So I just put the tier tracker in chat. And again, if you're watching this on VOD, it's in the description. So this is where we're going to be ranking all of our series. And I will show you a picture for every series. So if you don't remember, or it's really hard to see the icon, I will be showing it up on screen what it looks like. And this is what our battle looks like. So we are starting off with 2 Malinta series. So our Malinta series we have right now are going to be our Malinta Gossip Club and our Malinta Back to the Rococo. So I'm going to be putting the poll in chat so you can pick your favorite between the 2, and you can also go ahead and tier rank as well. So let me get our first poll in chat and let's get started. But let me know, do you need a bit more time to open up the tier ranker? Am I going too quickly? I just want to make sure everyone is at the same speed as me. I'm going to start on the first poll though, while I'm waiting to see. And if you don't want to tier rank, you just want to watch the stream, that is okay as well. I do think it's really fun to tier rank though. And the battling is going to be super fun. Oh, and we had Bunny who joined as well. Hello. So our first vote is now officially in the YouTube chat. It is our Malinta one. So what is your pick? Back to the Rococo or Gossip Club? I think this is a really hard pick. I actually really liked both of these. So for me, I think it's really hard, but I think I'm gonna tier rank mine. I don't think I need a full case of either of them. I really like Malinta, but it's not my favorite. Oh, and I forgot, if you've never tier ranked before, I have made 6 different categories. Show the right number of fingers. So we have our S tier. So this is the best tier. I called it Serendipity. And then we have our A tier, which is going to be 1 down from our S tier, and it's a full case. So Serendipity basically means it was made for you. You saw it and you loved it. And then a full case means that you pretty much like the full series and you would grab a full case. And then we have best ones only, which means that, you know, maybe you want 4 out of the 12 or 4 out of the 8. You want a lot, some of them, but you don't really, you know, want the majority, just maybe half or so. And then cute but meh means maybe you want 1, maybe you want 2. You think it's cute, but you're not really interested in spending your money on it. And then we have D, Destined for the Lucky Bag. So this is a series that you don't think you would spend your money on, and you're probably gonna see it as a lucky bag. And then F is for frightful. So that means you're scared of it, you hate it, it's the worst thing ever. So for me, Malinta is definitely not frightful. I don't think I want a full case of Malinta though. They are pretty similar in terms of, like, you know, it's kind of like just different outfits, but the same figure, you know, with different colored hair. So I think I'm gonna rank these the same. I think I'm gonna put them in best ones only, but I think they're kind of between a B and an A tier. But let's see who won. Apple, you like the bright colors of Gossip Club? Yeah, for me, I love the bright colors of the Gossip Club, but I also really like the French aristocrat Rococo style, and I love the secret edition for Back to the Rococo. So for me, it's hard. I think I like each series equally. And just give me a second. My YouTube is frozen right now, so I can't look at the poll. Give me a quick second, because I kind of need to see the poll results. Bunny, you put them both in S tier? Yeah, good call. Okay, there we go. Oh, and has anyone, I don't know if YouTube's having an issue. Did anyone see the poll? Because I don't think I have any votes for it. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna end that poll and do it again. Oh, no, okay. I think it's just bugged out for me. YouTube's having a bit of issues. Hopefully we don't have that for the rest of the night. It looks like back to the Rococo one. So let's go ahead and end the battle. So the battle between our two Melinta series, back to the Rococo, is our winner. So now we have our second poll, and our second poll is going to be between Zooton Magic Adventure. We do only have one Zooton series in the battle, but I do have two showing for our tier ranker. So we have Magic Adventure, and then our second series to tier rank, we have Treasure Island. But the one that we're going to battle Zooton against is actually going to be our All-Star series from Finding Unicorn, The World of Cards. So I will put our second poll in the chat. And I really wanted to have two Zooton series, but we just didn't have enough room. And I feel like Zooton isn't as popular as I want it to be. I absolutely love it, but I don't think everyone else loves it as much as me. But on my Instagram, the winner by a really big majority was Magic Adventure. Most people loved Magic Adventure the most, so that is why it is today's series. But what do you think for these series? I'm not a fan of Treasureland, to be honest with you. I think on the tier ranking, I'm gonna put Treasureland in cute but meh. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it was just the colors. It's way too primary colors for me, which usually isn't my vibe. I did really like Magic Adventure, but I think for me, it's a low B. So I'm gonna put Magic Adventures behind the Melinta ones. Jay, you don't like the All-Star series much? Yeah, that is true. Definitely with an All-Star series, there's so much risk you're gonna get a character you don't like. For sure. That's like the big risk of them. Eric, you love the big gowns for the Rococo? Yeah, me too. I love that fashion. Bunny, let me know if the second poll is working for you. I think it bugged out, but hopefully the second poll works for you. And I think for the All-Star series, to be honest, even though there's some in the series I didn't like, I actually really liked the whole series overall. I think I'm gonna still put it underneath Melinta, but I am gonna put mine in B tier. I have a feeling like a lot of Finding Unicorn is gonna be B tier for me. Okay, great. Thanks for letting me know, buddy. Oh, and Jay says as well. Okay, great. Yeah, I think it was a bit weird before. Let's cross our fingers because we have a lot of polls. Ooh, this vote is neck and neck. Ooh, that's so funny. So I'm gonna end the vote. But it is like neck and neck. It looks like a World of Cards won by one vote. So it was super, super close. But let's pick our winner, a World of Cards. And our next series for the battle is going to be Rico Happy Island and then Rico Happy Picnic. So this is the battle of the Rico series. And I will be honest, I definitely am not going to be tier ranking these ones super high. Rico is not really my vibe. I think it's my least favorite IP from Finding Unicorn. I do have a few of them, but for both of these, they're not super high on my list. But let me get the poll done. All right, so the Rico poll is in chat. Who are you going to vote for? Happy Island or Happy Picnic together? Jay, this one's hard for you. I think for me, mine is Happy Island. Again, I'm not a huge primary color person, so Picnic Together is a bit more like that color, where Happy Island is a very pastel, very pretty. I love the penguin and the dolphin, and the pineapple one is really cute. So I think for the tier ranking, I'm going to do... I think I'm gonna put the picnic one in Destined for the Lucky Bag. I feel like a lot of Zooton series and a lot of Rico series end up in the Lucky Bag, so I feel like that's a good one for that. And I think I might put my other Rico series in the cute but meh, just because I'm not a huge Rico fan and I have such bad luck. I always want to get one of the cute animals and I never get a cute animal, so I'm a bit bitter against Rico. Apple, you like the color too of Happy Island? Yeah, the colors are so pretty. I really want that penguin one. Yeah, these colors make me pretty. I think I would almost put it in B tier, but I'm gonna try to be a bit more picky because I'm usually not very picky. Let's see what that poll is. Oh, and Happy Island it wasn't a full like takeover, but Happy Island did take a bit more than 50% of the votes. And I know this is another one. I'm sure you're like, oh my gosh, how can we only have 2 Shinwoo series? But I did have to do a poll on my Instagram. There was 4 Shinwoo series that came out this year, and I had to narrow it down to 2 only. So we do not have all 4, even though this is Baby Ghost Bear Shinwoo is my favorite. These are all of the series I think are pretty much S tier for me. But we have the first one from the start of the year in January, the Lonely Moon, which is one of my favorites, and I have the full case of it. And then we have Birthday Alone. So the Birthday Alone is our second series. The other series we had is the Ghost Bear House, and then at the end of the year we had Batty Ghost Town. I think that's the full name, but I think the Batty Ghost Town was too new, and I think it's probably the least favorite out of the 4. I wish we could have included the Ghost Bear House one though. I love that one. Yeah, I'm curious to see who wins this one. For me, I don't want to influence anyone, so I'm not going to say which one I would pick in the vote, but sometimes it's probably going to be easy to guess. But these are both going to be, I think I'm going to do the Lonely Moon as S tier, and you know what? I did like Birthday Alone. I thought it was great, but I think I might put it into a full case. I don't think it was Serendipity level. I Yeah, I'm gonna do A. I might change these around after, so I'm just going with my gut instincts to start. But what did everyone else do? Jay, me too. Space themes are my weakness 100%. Oh, Bunny, you as well. Oh, and Natalia. Oh, you got the small secret. Me too. It was actually the first full case I opened up in the year, and I ended up getting the small secret, and it was my first ever baby ghost bear secret. Oh, no. I had gotten one like a month ago from the Garden series from 2022. But I was still like, it was such a great start to the year to get that cute little small secret. That's awesome. All right, and let's have a look at the polls. Oh, it was a really close race this time too. Almost 50-50, but we had a few more votes for the Lonely Moon. So let's mark that off in the battle. Do you think the baby ghost bear is going to go far, or do you think it'll make it to the top 4? I have a sneaking suspicion we're probably going to see baby ghost bear in our top 4. And our next battle between series is going to be our Repolar battle. And this one is between Repolar's Bedtime Story series. And then we have our second Repolar, which is going to be... Oh, I totally mislabeled these wrong. I labeled them both as Bedtime Story. This one is Repolar Plant. Oh, does anyone remember the name for this? I totally messed up the name on my little sheet. Oh, Repolar Magical Garden. So those are our 2 Repolar series. So who is going to win for our Repolar against Repolar vote? I did put one of these in just for our mod Apple, because Apple is a really, really big fan of Repolar. So I had to include Apple's favorite series for the year. I think my favorite series between the two, oh, it's really hard. I don't know. Are you a big fan of Repolar? I feel like Repolar has started to grow on people. People weren't that excited for Repolar, and people are getting more and more excited. Yeah, I like the fairy theme as well. I like anything that is like fantasy. Magic Garden is definitely cute too. I actually haven't opened a box from this series yet. Oh no, I opened one box and I got the Scarecrow, which was my least favorite. I definitely need to open more though. Yeah, I couldn't believe I got my least favorite because I think this whole series is really cute. And then I got like the one that I didn't want. And I haven't opened up Bedtime Story either. I've been slacking on my Repolar ones. I think I'm going to put Repolar in B tier. And I think I'm going to put it probably around Malinta, but in front of the All-Star series. Actually, no, maybe after the All-Star series. And I think I'm going to put this one at the bottom of B tier. I think Repolar is B tier for me. For Magical Garden. What did you guys put for your tier ranking for Repolar? I think Apple probably put both series in S tier. Is that what you did, Apple? Ooh, this vote is very, very close. Oh, and just in case we ever have a tie, I am the official tiebreaker, so if a series ever does tie, I will break the vote and I will cast my vote because I can actually vote in the polls. So I'm not voting in any of the polls, but I will do a tiebreaker. But please don't make me. I don't like having to be the tiebreaker. Both S tiers for you automatically. I thought so. I'm just looking at the Garden series and I just really want to get a box of it. It's so cute. I love the colors for this series too. Okay, do we have one more person who wants to vote? Because we do have a tie. Okay, I think we're stuck at a tie. Oh no. It already came true. We have our first tie. We have Bedtime Story and Magical Garden. Oh no. I actually, like, as I said, I haven't opened a box of either of these except for when I got like my least favorite one from that series. So I don't know. Oh, this is so hard. I think I'm gonna go for Bedtime Story, but I think both of them are awesome. It's hard to pick between the two, but I think I'm gonna do Bedtime Story. This is going to be a super hard one, I think, for some people. So our next Finding Unicorn battle is Amy. And I will show you the Amy series in just a second. But we have Amy Clockwork Toy City, and it is going to be versus Amy Picnic with Butterfly. So here is Clockwork Toy City, and this was like the vintage toy themed series that came out in October. And then we have Picnic with Butterfly, and this came out at the beginning of the year. So this series has been around, or no, was it in the summer? I think it might have been in the summer. They're both very, very pretty though, and I think Amy is one of my favorite characters from Finding Unicorn. After Baby Ghost Bear, I think it's my second favorite character. Yeah, let me tier rank these. I think for me, I'm gonna do the Clockwork one in B tier for me, but it's gonna be at the very top of B tier, I think. And the Picnic with Butterfly, if I had like $1 million and I could just buy a full case of any series I wanted, I definitely think I would get a full case for this. There's a few in here that I'm not like a huge fan of, so I don't think it's S tier for me, but I think it's definitely a full case. That secret edition strawberry jam, I don't know if anyone else is obsessed with that one, but that is like the best figure ever. It's so pretty. I think it's the best Amy we've ever had. But also the secret edition from Clockwork Toy City is amazing too. It's like a little shaker with like puffballs inside. Apple, you want the boat one so bad? Yeah, I actually haven't opened up a lot of either of these series. Eric, I totally agree with you. I feel like there's like a calming aura about Amy. Like it's just so mellow and soft. If you've seen the artist's work as well, it's like so soft and pretty. I just really like the artist so much. I think the series that came out this year weren't necessarily my favorite, but all of the series from 2022 were all S tier for me. I think this year the vibe just wasn't 100% my vibe, but I still like them. Oh, and it's overwhelming. We have Picnic with Butterfly Wings. This was our first landslide. With 73% of the vote, we have Amy, Picnic with Butterfly. And we don't have very much left for our Finding Unicorn series. The next character we're gonna have a look at is Farmer Bob Bobland. So Farmer Bob Bobland series came out in the end of November. So it's a pretty new series, but I feel like a lot of people are really liking it. Farmer Bob is definitely a character that has been growing on me too. I would not have, you couldn't have paid me to buy a Farmer Bob blind box. But this year, I've liked all of the series that have come out. So the poll is now in the chat. So the first one is Bobland, and then the other one came out in the summer, and it was called Social Animals. And as you can see, both of these series were super, super big. We have so many figures for each of them. So there is a lot of disappointment if you buy this as a blind box, because if you like 4 of the figures, there's 26 you can get. And there's special colorways, and it's really, really hard. I do have a soft spot for Social Animal because I've only unboxed one blind box and I got my favorite. So I was really excited about that. And recently, if you've been watching my channel, I unboxed 2 Boblands in different videos. And one of them, I got the worst one, and another one, I got one of my favorites. So I'm kind of 1 for 1 for Bobland. I think for both of these, I'm gonna put them in best ones only. And I'm gonna put them pretty high, but this is only in the dream world where I can get the ones that I like. The ones that I don't like are some of them are frightful, a lot of them are cute but meh, but if I was just to get my favorites, I think they're a B tier. Jade, your first S tier was the butterfly one? That's good. You're being very, you're specific. That's not the right word, but you're being very good at only putting one in S tier. I think I usually put 20 things in S tier. I have a problem. Eric, no, is that a bad thing? I feel like you're saying that in a bad way. Eric said Social Animals remind me of Sunny Angel. And we've had discussions on the channel before about Sunny Angel. So I don't think that is a good thing. Hi, Winter. And for anyone new to stream like Winter, I will post the tier ranking again, so you can come join if you're watching live all of the tier ranking. And let's see what our vote is. Ooh, it looks like Bobland just won by 1 vote. So it was a very close race. I think I do agree though. I think Bobland is slightly better than Social Animals, but they're both pretty cute. And here is our this is our last vote. So this is the weirder, least popular Finding Unicorn series. So we have from Yeehaw, this is from Island. We have our Island White Knight Endless Night series, and this was voted on Instagram. And then our second one we have, whoops, sorry about that, I'm going all over the place. And for our second battle, we have Yeehaw Dark Fairy Tale. And I do have 2 Yeahas for the tier ranking. So I also included Yeeha Fantasy Plant because I really like both of these series. I know most people aren't a huge fan of Yeeha, but I actually really like the character. So in the tier ranking, you can tier rank Dark Fairy Tale and Fantasy Plant. But for the battle, we just had 1 Yeeha series. So let me start the poll, and I called this the creepy vote. I actually sometimes really like creepy figures, so I don't mean anything bad when I say creepy. I think creepy is good in my books. All right, so the poll is in the chat. So what are you going to do? Oh no, sorry. The poll is between Fantasy Plant and the Island White Knight, Endless Night. I do agree though with Instagram that I think the Fantasy Plant was the better series compared to Dark Fairy Tale. I did like both series, but I do agree, I think the plant one is better. So if you're a plant fan, this might be one to go for. But who knows, you might be a big fan of Island's beautiful ears. This does have a really cute theme though. There is a few of these that I actually think are pretty cute. So who are you gonna vote for? I think for tier ranking, I think I'm going to put the Island one in Destined for the Lucky Bag. I don't think it's very popular, and I'm not a fan of the character. And I think for my Yeeha, for the Dark Fairy Tale, I think I'm gonna put Dark Fairy Tale in Destined for the Lucky Bag, but at the very top. And I actually think I'm going to put Fantasy Plant in B tier, because I really like Fantasy Plant. Oh, the Star Aries, you're a fan of this character? For Agan or for Island? Bunny, you put Island in S tier? Oh, so we do have some fans, that's good. Oh yes, and Winter did put a really good thing in chat. So if you're just looking at this screen, you can hit control middle mouse to zoom in on the series if you don't want to watch the screen and see me putting them up on the screen as well. Whatever works for you. Agan, okay. The Star Aries. Yeah, I like Agan too. I actually own a lot of Agan. I think I might have more Agan than Rico. Maybe not more than Repolar. I think I have more Repolar, but definitely more than Zuton and Rico, I think. I think this series, for some reason, I wasn't a huge fan of, though, the Dark Fairy Tale. But I loved Fantasy Plant. I would almost get a full case of Fantasy Plant. I think it would be a really fun full case to get. I'm trying to be a bit meaner tonight, so I'm going to put it in B tier, but I could see myself going higher for that one. Ooh, and we have a few more votes left. Apple's mixed, or you think Agan is mixed for me? Yeah, you're the same as me. You like the plant series more and then the other series a bit less. It looks like we have a winner and we have Island Knight. So Island Knight is the winner. So now we are moving on to our next round. So we are finished the Finding Unicorn round and we did it pretty quick. I'm really happy. We took half an hour to do that. So I think we're making good time. If I'm going a bit fast, just let me know, but I'm trying to get through these as quickly as possible just because we have so many votes and I want to make sure we're not here for 4 hours. But our next series we are going to do is going to be our indie releases. So we are going to be battling a bunch of more smaller, less big character series. So the big two brands are Finding Unicorn and Popmart, and this is going to be everybody else. So our first one we have for our indie series is Aroma Princess, and then we have Kyla X Legendary Spirits. And give me a second to do the poll, and I'm going to take a quick break after that, as soon as the vote is in the chat, because I'm still recovering from being sick. So I don't feel 100% tonight. So I'm just going to need to take breaks every once in a while so that I can take care of myself. So, oh, I forgot to put the Aroma Princess series. Oh no. Oh, what was this Aroma Princess series? It was Legendary Spirits? Oh, I totally forget the name for our one, but in the poll, it just says Aroma Princess, and I called this the goth poll. If you're not a fan of this kind of like aesthetic, maybe just pick your least one that you least dislike. I know these aren't going to be everyone's vibe. Oh no, the Kyla X is Legendary Spirits. Oh, I totally forget what the Aroma Princess one is. But I will leave these both up in chat, and I'm going to go take a tiny break. I will be back. Hi, Ren. Nice for you to make it to this stream today. Yes, definitely. I hope everyone is healthy, especially if you're somewhere cold. All those flus and colds going around. Make sure you stay healthy for sure. So I think for my tier ranking, I'm going to put these both in S tier. So both of these series are definitely my vibe. I haven't bought them yet because I'm trying to buy full cases of them. I don't want to buy blind boxes of them. I think they're beautiful and I love the different vibe to them. So for me, we're going to do S tier for both of those. And it looks like we have a ton of votes for our Aroma Princess series. So that is going to be our winner. I definitely agree. I think the Aroma Princess series is going to be better than the Kyla X overall. And for me, I did put it higher than Kyla X in my tier ranking. And I wasn't sure what to call this poll. This is kind of our like cute cutie series. I think these are both from Korean companies. They have a slightly similar style to them. So we have our Rayan Game Life, And then we have Baby Zora Trick or Treat. So if you haven't seen these series before, this is our Rayan Game Life. And I haven't bought in any of these yet, but I really like this series. I think these are really, really cute. I like the face. They kind of look like a mischievous fox bear boy. It's kind of hard. I like the face. And this is our Baby Zora. This is a pretty new series, The Trick or Treaters. And this came out around Halloween. And I really like the vibe for this one too. I don't think I would get a full case for either of these because they're pretty similar figures, but I think they're really, really cute. I haven't opened up either of these, but I definitely would get a blind box of either of them. So I think for Baby Zora, I'm gonna put it in cute but meh. It's almost a B tier for me, but I feel like my B tier is already looking really big. I am gonna put my Rayon one, the Game Life series, in B tier. I think I want these a little bit more. Winter, I know you love the angry boys. No problem, Ren. That's totally fine. It is going to go up on Wednesday as well, so you can watch it on Wednesday in full if you want to tier rank along later. Eric, you put this in an A? Yeah, it's so cute, right? I really like the face. It's really hard to get. I've only seen it available on AliExpress. I think it's a Korean brand who makes it, and that's why it's a bit harder to get, but it's really cute. Don't worry, Jay. There's usually people who are pretty vicious. I tend to be really nice, but keep in mind, I open blind boxes on YouTube. So for me, I tend to be a bit more like down to try anything. But I understand, like, if it's your money on the line, you're a bit more specific. Although I do spend money on all of my figures, but, you know, sometimes I'm like, oh, this will be cute for a video. So I'm a bit different, but just with one vote, it went to Rayon. So that is our winner. And our next series is a fun one too. We have Zuli. I never know how to say this one properly. It's Ziyuli, Dark Fairy Tale. So another more gothy fairy tale type series. And then, oh, I think I messed up the order for this one. Yes, so the next one is going to be Mimi Adventure, and this is from the brand f.un. So that's going to be this one here. Oh, and I just realized my picture is super, super blurry for it, so sorry about that. That is a pretty bad photo choice for that series. And I chose these to be together because I thought they were like kind of a similar fairy tale vibe. All right, the poll is in the chat. I know a lot of people are really big fans of Mimi, so I feel like Mimi might take this one. And I have no idea how I'm gonna rank these ones. I do have quite a few of the Mimi Dreamland one. Out of the Mimi series, though, I think I liked the ones from 2022 better. I think Mimi had an okay 2023, but I'm excited to see what they do for 2024. I don't think they had the best 2023. f.un is a Korean brand, and it's super, super hard to get in Canada, but this is one of the series that was pretty much available everywhere. And I haven't bought in any of the Dark Fairy Tale yet. I really want to get the Alice one so badly. And I love the Edgar Allan Poe one too. I think those two are really great. I think they're a pretty good series. So I think for Dreamland, I'm going to put it in best ones only. I think I'm going to do it towards the bottom. And I think the same for this one. I think these two are both the bottom of B for me. Yeah, Cecilia, Hey One is on AliExpress now. It's only available in certain countries. So I'm in Canada. It's not available in Canada yet, but I did message them and they did say, you know, maybe we'll have it available in the future. So I'm really excited for Hey One to be available everywhere. But for right now, their AliExpress site is only specific countries. I'm really, really hoping this year they do like a world domination because I think Hey One is really great. Ooh, you bought a case, Natalia? I think this is a really good full case to get too. And there's only 6 of them, so it's really fun when you get a smaller series. It's much easier to collect them all, I think. And oh wow, I'm shocked. I thought Mimi was gonna take it. I think that's my big surprise so far of the night. But everyone likes a fairy tale theme. So we have our Zulia Dark Fairy Tale making it to the next round. And I know who's going to win this one, and I'm sad about it, but I have a prediction. I feel like our Nancy Dream might make it to the end of the the poll. I think this is definitely going to be one of our top 4s. That's my prediction at least. But we have our Roll Life poll. I really like Roll Life. I think they're a great company. So the first one we have is Nancy Dream. And the second one we have to vote on is Surrey Myth. I did do a poll on my Instagram to decide who made it through to the battle. We have Surrey Peach and we have Surrey Myth. And Surrey Myth won, but my favorite is Peach Blossom. So I included it in the tier ranking. So you can tier rank the Peach Blossom series, but for the battle, it's this one. Bunny, both are S tier for you. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people, the Nancy Dream was the best series of 2023. It was so popular, and I think it got a lot of people interested in Roll Life. Roll Life used to be super big in terms of like how many series they did. They produced like, you know, just as much as Popmart, and I feel like they've been doing less and less series, but that seemed to have been a really big hit for them, I think, on TikTok. It definitely ate. So I think for Nancy Dream, I'm gonna put it right after The Lonely Moon. It is definitely an S tier for me. I think for Myth, I'm gonna put it in a full case, but just at the end of a full case. And for Surrey Peach Blossom, is it S tier? I think I'm gonna keep it in A tier for a full case for me personally. I actually have a full case of all 3 of these. I really like Roll Life, and if you buy them during like an AliExpress sale, you can get them for super cheap. I think I got all 3 of these series for under $100 Canadian each. I think it was like 90 bucks Canadian, which is super cheap. It's like $8 a figure. So I'm really excited. I haven't opened the bump on my channel, but I do have a full case for all of these. So if you haven't seen these unboxed before, I think everyone's seen Nancy Dream unboxed, but if you're excited to see these, I do have them, and I will have like a roll life video on my channel. It's probably like sometime in the spring. All right, and that was a bloodbath. This is our biggest bloodbath. Thank you for the one person who voted for Surrey Myth, but Nancy Dream is the winner. And I just realized we did this battle back in August. We did the best Popmart or the best character tier ranking, and we did a battle too. I had a clapping sound for when we announced a winner. I'm definitely gonna look that up so when we do our second round of votes, we can have some applause. So for our next poll, we have another f.un series. This is f.un Hide the Moment. I thought this series was very, very cute. I'm a big fan of f.un. I'm excited to see f.un series in 2024. I hope we get a few of them. There was a Christmas series of f.un, and I thought it was so cute. f.un is really, really hard to get in Canada, at least. So I've only unboxed one box of it, but I really am hoping for more. And our second one you can vote for is Azuki Can. And this is the Daily Life Series 2. And these are flocked and adorable little cats. And this is a really, really cute series. Someone specifically told me it had to be in the tier ranking. So I put it in the tier ranking for an Instagram follower. So I don't know if these are a good matchup, but I thought they were kind of similar in terms of the color aesthetic. I don't know if they're the best matchup though, but that's a look at both of them. Ren, aw, thanks for the Surrey vote. And I think for my tier ranking for these series, I'm gonna put them, the f.un one, I think I'm gonna put it in the top of D tier. I liked this series, but I liked the Christmas one a lot better. I definitely would open one, but I don't think I would buy one. And actually, no, is it cute but meh? Definitely for the Azuka Can, it is cute but meh. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna put both of these in the cute but meh section. They're not series that I personally would pick up. And definitely we have an overwhelming vote too, and it is for Azuki Can Daily Life. Ooh, I think this is going to be a really hard vote for some people. So from 52 Toys, we have 2 Sleeping Fairy series. So this is our fairy or Sleeping Fairy poll. Our battle against each other. We have Flower Elves, and then we have the Sea Elf series. And I did get gifted a full case for our Sea Elves one. So I do have a full case unboxing of this on my channel. So I did get this as a full case and have the full series. And for the Flower Elves, I actually do have a lot from this series. I have about half of this series, but it's hard for me to decide because obviously one was gifted to me, so I happen to have a full case. I actually do really like the full series too. For my tier ranking, I'm kind of torn. You know what? I think I'm going to go ahead. And for the Flower Elves one, I'm going to do best ones only. I'm going to put it at the very top of B tier. And for the Sleep Elves, I think I'm going to put it in a full case, just underneath my Amy one. I definitely agree, Laura. The Sleeping Elves are adorable. They are both so pretty. It was kind of mean for me to put these up against each other. For our first round of polls, I really wanted to do the same character though, so we could decide who was the best series of that character and then go from there. It really depends. Are you like a mermaid under the sea type person, or are you like a flower person? Ooh, this is a really tough vote. So it looks like Sea Elves just barely won it. So the Sea Elves are going on to the next round, but that was almost another tie. I'm glad it wasn't a tie though. And for our next battle, we have the Battle of the Flocked Figures. I did have to do a poll because there was 3 Lulu the Piggy series that came out this year, and we only had room for 1. So the winner of the poll was Lulu the Piggy Catterday, and I think second place was the Michelin Star Restaurant Hotel series. But for our poll, we have Panda Roll. This is the shopping street one, and this was like a really cool series. So you do get a full-sized flocked panda roll, but you also got like a little cute shop behind it. So they were a bit expensive than normal, but these aren't minis. These are actually full panda roll figures. And then, of course, we have our Catterday Lulu the Piggy. And I have a feeling this series might go far. I'm not sure if it can beat 52 Toys Sleeping Fairy, but I have a feeling that if you guys vote for it over Panda Roll, it might go pretty far because Catterday was a really, really well-liked series. Definitely, Sharon. I have felt that bit of fatigue with the Sleeping Fairies as well. There was so many that came out. They've taken kind of a break lately, so that might be a good thing. I think for the Panda Roll one, I'm gonna put it in... I haven't bought in any of them, but I do kind of like them. I'm gonna put it in cute but meh, but I do actually really like the Panda Roll series. I just am not like a huge fan of like the storefront thing, although this one is my favorite, the candy shop one. I really want to buy the candy shop one. I think it's so cute. And I think for Catterday, I think if I had like unlimited money, I might buy a full case of Catterday. I think it was a pretty great series if you like flocked little piggies. So I think for me, I'm gonna put that at the bottom of a full case. In terms of my tier ranking. Ooh, wow, I'm really shocked. It looks like most people liked the Panda Roll one. I'm interested. Did you vote for the Panda Roll one because you just really like the panda over the pig? Or do you like the cute shops? You think that's fun and interesting? It's definitely something new, so it definitely is innovative. So I actually thought Lulu the Piggy would make it to the second round, but it got eliminated by Panda Roll. And we have our last vote for our indie smaller brand series. So we have one more vote, and this vote is going to be really awesome. I'm curious to see who wins against this. we have our Emma Secret Forest Dim Light. And this is another one where I had to do a poll on Instagram. I think there was 4 Emma series that came out in 2023. There was a lot of them. I eliminated one of them because it was a recolor, so it wasn't actually a new series. But in the poll, the one that did win was the recolor. It was a recolored variation over the first series that ever came out from Emma. So this is Emma Secret Forest Tea Party Recolor. So I eliminated this one because it was a recolor. So the one that you're voting for is Emma Secret Forest Dim Light, but you can rank both of them. So they are both available for ranking. And then it's competing against Mimia Ocean World, which I really have been falling in love by Mimia. There's only been a few series of this character, but I'm a really, really big fan. I really, really loved this series, and the series that came out before was really awesome too. So which is better, Dim Light or Ocean World? I'm curious to see. Melina says, Emma will get my vote every time. I have a feeling Emma might win this. I think for me, Mimia is my vote. True, Apple. They are a smaller company, and some people have had issues with the quality. Emma has had a great year for sure. I feel like I probably should have done 2 Emmas in this poll, but it was coming down to it. I was eliminating people, so it was so hard. But I kind of feel like Emma deserved to be Emma against another Emma series because Emma has had like a great year. I think for me, I'm gonna put Mimia in the bottom of S tier for me. If I could get a full case, I definitely would. I love that series. And what am I gonna do for the Emma ones? I think the recolor almost deserves to be up in A tier. I think I'm gonna put it up in A tier. Probably before Lulu the Piggy, and I think for the Dim Light, I'm gonna put it in best ones only. Maybe towards the top. I really love Emma too. I think Emma is a great character. Ooh, Laura, you bought 3 of the panda rolls and loved them? Oh, that's so awesome. Yeah, I think I've seen them in person, like on a display, but I haven't gotten one. I feel like I really need to get one of the panda roll ones after reading all of your guys' comments about it. I actually do have a lot of full sets too of Emma. I feel like I'm going through a bit of a thing where I think I'm like kind of like on Emma overload. But the new series they just announced is so cute too. But I'm hoping this year we don't get like 20 Emma series. I think there needs to be like 3 or 4. But I really hope the designers behind it maybe do another character. Because I'm not sure if MJ Studio still owns Emma, but MJ Studio used to also have like Alice and Mio, and I love Mio. I think I like Mio more than Emma, so I really hope MJ Studio maybe does another series with a different character. That would be really exciting to me, but I think I'm kind of getting like overkilled on Emma, but they're always beautiful. So I'm not saying anything negative against Emma, but Emma definitely stole the show. That was with a lot of votes. So now we are on to our second round. And as soon as we're done our second round, we will go ahead and switch to the other side, which is going to be Popmart. So give me a quick second. I'm just going to find a clapping sound effect. Let's type in clapping and see what we can get. I remember last time the clapping ones were so funny. Okay, that's thunder. That's not clapping. Maybe we need to do cheering. Maybe cheering is better than clapping. Okay, I think I found a good clapping sound effect. So we are on to our second round for the first side. So for our second round, we have Melinda, and this is going to be Back to the Rococo series, and it's up against the All-Star series from Finding Unicorn. So give me a second and I will get the poll in the chat. All right, who is going to win, Melinda, Back to the Rococo, or All-Star the World of Card series? And how's everyone's tier ranking looking? We have a lot of series left to go. They're going to be all of our Popmart series that we have left. And there is a lot of them. So as soon as we're done our polls to do the second round, we're going to switch over to the other side. And on the other side, it is all Popmart series. So the first side was half Finding Unicorn, half smaller brands, and the other side is 100% Popmart. So we have a lot of Popmart coming up in the chat. So there's a lot coming up. And I am going to put in chat the tier ranking one if you do want to tier rank along with us. Let me know, how's it going? What is your biggest one so far? Do you have most things in C tier, D tier? Do you have anything in F tier? For me, definitely, as you can see, most things are in B tier. I have a lot of A tier. A lot. Nothing in F tier yet, though, which is surprising. And I'm just going to get rid of our pictures for that round. And let's see, have you guys voted for our first, I'm not great with sports, so I think this is the quarterfinals. I think we're in the quarterfinals, not the semifinals. Oh, and this was an absolute slaughter. We only had like 2 votes for one of the series. So our winner for this round, let me do the cheering. We have Melinda, Back to the Rococo. And our next vote is between Rico and Baby Ghost Bear, The Lonely Moon. Who are you going to do for our second round 2 vote? Is it Rico Happy Island? Or is it Shenwu The Lonely Moon? Jay, you made an E tier? Melanie has quite a lot in F tier. Winter has so many in D tier. Apple, you're being a bit more generous and have lots of B's and C's. Laura, I think at least they'll get one vote. I did see Ren said that they're not a fan of Shinwoo. So Ren might vote for Rico. But I do think it's going to be a bit of a landslide. Yeah. So I'm going to close the poll early. We have so many votes going for Shinwoo, the Lonely Moon. It looks like Rico Happy Island did get more than one vote though. But let's do another clap for Shinwoo. Now, the question is, can Shinwoo beat Malinta? That'll be interesting because that'll be the next round. And for our third round 2 vote, we have Repolar Bedtime Story against Amy Picnic with Butterfly Wings. And I know who I would vote for this one, but I'm curious to see who is going to take it. I'm really excited for Amy this year. I have a prediction. I really want to see an Amy collab with Sanrio. I think an Amy Sanrio collab would be amazing. If you don't follow the artist on Instagram, they did post some drawings of their style, basically with Sanrio characters, and it was like fire, like 10 out of 10. And did you guys see the recent Rico series with Sanrio? So Rico and Sanrio did a collab. So I'm hoping maybe there's room for Amy to do a collab with Sanrio. I actually just bought one of the Rico collabs with Sanrio. I think that's going to be really popular for our best of 2024 next year. Apple, you're excited to see an Amy and Sanrio collab? Yeah, me too. I think they would be so awesome together. Ren, you voted for Shinwoo because you dislike Rico more. Fair. Melanie, that's good. In A tier, you only have Emma, Skull, yeah, I'm sure SK is that for Skull Panda, and then Mimia. Yeah, I really liked the Sanrio collab too. I was hoping it wasn't going to be with Rico, but I still think it's cute. I think the artist behind Rico did a really great job. No worries. I feel like Skull Panda, we're going to get into it next, but I feel like that's going to be pretty high on the list. So this was a pretty tight vote. So with just barely winning it, I think with only one vote, we have Amy Picnic with Butterfly as our winner. So that was actually a really close round. And our next round for this series is going to be Farmer Bob against Island. Who is going to get it? So we have Bobland, and then we have Social Animals. I'm curious to see who wins this. I actually don't know. I don't think I can predict a winner for this. I think it would be pretty hard for me to predict. Oh, I feel the same way. Sanrio collab with anything is usually a win for sure. We don't have any Sanrio figures on this. I felt it was unfair because I knew Sanrio series would all be like, they would win like every vote. But I do think we should do a tier ranking later in the year for just Sanrio series. I think that'd be really fun. So let me know if you're interested in that in the comments, because I think that would be fun to do another one where it's all Sanrio series. And I don't think I would do 2023. I would probably just do like the past like 2 or 3 years. So I would do a bunch. So for this one, it is Bobland against Island. So this is Island. I forget the full name for this series. Give me a second. Island, White Knight, Endless Light. Oh, did I mess up the poll? I messed up the poll. Here, give me a second. Sorry. It looked like Bobland was winning, but I messed it up. Let's do that again. So no, the second one is Island, White Knight, Endless Night. There we go. There's a new poll in chat. All right, and let's see how that poll is doing. Oh, okay. I'm glad I redid the poll because it does not look like Farmer Bob is going to make it. So I'll end the poll early. That was a super big victory for Island. So Island made it through to the next round. And for our next poll, we have Aroma Princess. And I think this was Treasure. I still can't remember the series name. But we have our Aroma Princess Gothy Vibe series against Rayon Game Life. Who's gonna win between these two? I think these are actually both cute. In my tier ranking, I put these both very high, but for me, it goes to Aroma Princess, but I'm curious what everyone else says. Red, you're a big fan of Amy? Yeah, I like Amy. I think for Finding Unicorn, I tend to collect like a bit of everything, but I think Amy is quickly becoming my #1, but I still love Baby Ghost Bear more. But those two are both awesome. And I actually have a full case of Shenmue's Batty Bear Town. I don't know if people are excited to see a full case of it, so I might open it as individual boxes. I haven't quite decided, but I have the plushies as well. So I'm really interested to see what the plushies are like in person. Oh, and I think this is another landslide, so I'm going to end the poll early. Aroma Princess made it through to the other round. And for our next series, we have a bit of an interesting one. I think these are actually two good series to be up against each other. So we have our Zulia Dark Fairy Tale against Nancy's Dream. And as I said, my prediction is that Nancy's Dream is probably gonna make it to the very end, but let's see. Winter, that's good. Vote for who you think is the best. Yeah, I really like Aroma as a character. I think we might have another landslide. So for any time we have like a huge landslide of votes, I think I'll end the polls early just so we go a bit quicker. but it looks like, I think it's no surprise to anybody. But our winner is Nancy Dream. And for our next round, we have the Azuki-chan's Daily Life, and then we have it up against 52 Toys Fairy Sleeping Sea. I do love anything that's like an elf. That's like the way you sucker me in. I want more elf series. I think that's what we need. I think, Laura, it's undisputed. Nancy Dream is definitely like such a great series. And it was like so well designed. The colors were perfect. And the fact that the figures are like really big, and Roll Life is still like really affordable. They've always been affordable, but everyone's been doing price increases, and Roll Life's been doing a good job at keeping their prices pretty good. Especially for like the detail and the flocking, all of that. I definitely agree we need more elves and fantasy themed blind boxes. I would eat it up. I'm a big fantasy person. I love anything that's like the forest or dark and mysterious. I grew up reading a ton of Lord of the Rings, so in my head I just want everything to be like elven. And this is another landslide. So we have our Sleeping Fairy Sea Elves going through to the next round. And we have one more second roll pull. And this is going to be our Panda roll. And it is going up against the Emma Secret Forest Dim Light. This is another one I don't think I can predict. I think I know who's gonna win it, but it could be a toss-up. Who knows? Yes, the new Nancy release is so good. I want to get a full case of it, but I think I'm gonna wait until there's a sale. As I mentioned, if you really like a series from Roll Life, if you wait, like, I know it's annoying not to open it up right away, but if you can wait like 6 months or wait until the price goes down a bit, you can get them for really, really cheap if you have the patience. So I love the new Nancy series. I definitely want it. I probably won't buy it though until like the summer or maybe during the fall, because I usually buy a lot of cases from Roll Life on 11/11 or Black Friday. The seasonal Nancy dolls were really nice too, Valentina. I definitely agree. Those were really good. The shop dioramas are really cute, Jay. It looks like for our series 2, though, we haven't been having very close votes. Most of them have been a bit of a landslide, so I'm going to close that one early, but that was definitely more closer than the last few have been. But Emma made it through to another round, so let's... Oh, whoops. Give me a second. I wanted to switch over to our Popmart side, but give me a quick second. I just messed up the template. All right, so it looks like we can't switch to the Popmart side just yet. We'll do our third round votes and then we'll switch over to the Popmart side just so I don't mess it up. But let's do our third round vote. So this is round 3. We have a Melinda Back to the Rococo, up against Shinwoo's The Lonely Moon. Who are you going to do for this vote? I think the color themes look very similar. They're definitely some of my preferred colors. We have a lot of blues, a lot of purples. Definitely, we have less pastels for our... Here, I'm just going to change that song because it was annoying me. We have less cute pastels on the other side. It's a bit more vibrant colors, but we still have quite a few pastel ones. So I think they look very similar. Yeah, as soon as we start getting to the end, it's kind of hard. Both of these are great series. So for me, I'm a big Baby Ghost Bear sucker, so that's the winner for me always. All right, and it is a bit of a landslide, so I will close the poll early. The winner is Baby Ghost Bear, The Lonely Moon. And who is going to win our second round 3? So this is an interesting vote. So we have Amy, Picnic with Butterfly, and then we have Island. I'm actually really shocked that Island got this far. That's really good for Island. Island is definitely more popular than I thought it would be. I did put it up against, I did try to be fair, and I did try and put series that were like just as popular beside each other so that they could make it past more than like one round. But I'm not sure if Island will do as well on this poll compared to the others. We'll have to see. Ren, I totally agree. The Rococo period is awesome. I would love to see another figure do like a Rococo, a Skull Panda Rococo series. That might be awesome. I definitely think I would be into a Skull Panda Rococo. Oh, and it looks like we did get a vote for Island. But it looks like we have an overwhelming winner. So I will close the poll early. I find it so funny how the winner gets clearer and clearer. But we have Amy, Butterfly with Picnic, or Picnic with a Butterfly. And this is a tough battle for round 3. I don't think I know who's gonna win this. I have a feeling though. But we have the Aroma Princess series, and then we have Nancy Dream. And then we have one more round 3 vote. Hi, Bud Buds. If you were curious, Butter is here, but she's sleeping behind my back, which is super uncomfortable. Butter. You want to sleep on top of the chair so chat can see you? Or you just want to sit behind Mommy where it's nice and warm? Oh, it looks like we actually did get a lot of votes for Aroma Princess, so this is a bit closer than I thought. But I don't think it's any surprise Nancy Dream made it on to the next round. And our last round 3 vote before we get back into tier ranking in just a bit We have Sleep Fairy Sea Elf up against Emma's Secret Forest Dim Light. I know, cats sometimes pick the worst action out of the possible options. But she's very tired right now. I wish you could see her. She's right here. She's hanging out on the armrest of my chair. Buddy, you want to say hi to chat? Oh. The mic blocked your view. Ooh. Oh, I'm shocked. So, Emma lost the round and it went to Sleeping Fairy Sea Elves. So Emma is officially out. And we are into the semi-finals. So, or the quarterfinals. Again, not a sports person. So let's do our round 4. And it's getting tougher and tougher to choose. So we have our baby ghost bear, the lonely moon, and it is up against Amy, Picnic with Butterfly. Yeah, I think for the Emma series, I could have chosen something better. I think the recolored one might have done better. But again, it's not an original series. It is just a recolor. So I wanted to put something original from Emma. Jay, your favorite is the Sea Elves? It's doing very well, Jay. And I'm going to leave this poll up for a bit just because I want to make sure everyone gets a chance to vote on it because we are on round 4. And I think as soon as we do round 4, we'll have one more vote and then we'll move on to our Popmart ones and we'll get back into tier ranking. I hope I didn't mess it up by selecting Skull Panda already. Hopefully it works. I kind of wish it let you switch from round 1 to round 1 again, but we'll just do it the way the website wants us to do it. Ooh, it was tied up, but someone has pulled in the lead and it's getting a bit tenser. Oh, I'm really excited to see who wins this one, and I hope it doesn't end in a tie. And I'll give it just a little bit more time. I'm gonna go to the big camera. Hi, Butter. You can see the back of Butter's head. Hi, Butter. Oh, that's a big yawn. That's a big yawn, baby. Are you tired? All right, I'm going to end the poll. So the winner for our first round 4, it is Shinwoo the Lonely Moon. So it beats Emma, and we are on to our second round 4. And is this going to be a tough one for people? I feel like I should do like an in-life drum roll. Maybe we need an in-life drum roll. So for this one, we have Nancy Dream going against the Sleep Fairy Sea Elves. For me, Apple, I think it was the other way around. I liked that Amy series, but it definitely wasn't one of my favorites, where I really, really liked the space one, but I am a big sucker for space. Jay, you know what? When we did the best of character stream in August, I actually thought Skull Panda would make it through to the last round, and it didn't. So a lot of people who joined the stream weren't Skull Panda fans, so you might be surprised. Skull Panda might not go as far, where I feel like if I polled my Instagram or YouTube, I feel like Skull Panda just wins everything automatically. People see the name Skull Panda and they're just like number one. But the people who joined the stream, bit different of a vibe. So you might be surprised. Definitely, Laura. I have been not, like, I feel like I wasn't ever a stan of Skull Panda, but I definitely always wanted to buy a full case. As soon as I saw Skull Panda, I was like, okay, I want a full case. And I definitely think that after the warmth, I definitely was like, okay, I don't need full cases from Skull Panda. I can just buy the series that I like, or the few that I like. So I definitely feel like since the end of last year, there's just been a bit too much Skull Panda. Impossible to keep up with. Oh, Jay, don't get me wrong. People love Skull Panda. I feel like the people who join my chat don't love Skull Panda. I love Skull Panda. For me, in terms of like best character, I think I would do Baby Ghost Bear Shinwoo against Skull Panda as my like top 2, or maybe Hirano. Maybe like my top 3, but I definitely, it didn't do as well last stream we did like this. All right, so I'm going to end the poll, and it looks like we have another landslide. And just as I predicted, Nancy Dream makes it to the semi-finals. So on my channel on Wednesday, I will have a poll with our top 4. So we are still going to vote on a number 1 stream one, but there's not that many people at the stream who are here live. So obviously the top 4 has been decided by stream, but the top series of 2023 will be voted on by all of my YouTube community. So the next poll we will do is just for fun, but for our semi-finals, we have Shinwoo, The Lonely Moon, and Nancy Dream. So those are going to be the 2 series that are on the poll for Wednesday's video and Wednesday's community post. So I will do the next poll, but it's just for fun. And we have Nancy Dream. And I'm really curious to see what everyone on stream who's watching this live thinks about this one. And while everyone is voting on that, I am going to take another little break. So I will be back in like 2 minutes, and we will get started on Popmart tier ranking. So I hope everyone's excited. We still have probably another hour, maybe hour and a half left to the stream, but we'll try to go really quickly. But I'll leave you guys with this poll. So vote in the chat.
잔잔하기만 하던 온 나의 마음에 Quite suddenly 퐁당 또 퐁당 아니 퐁당 큰 돌을 던진 너 기다리고 기다리던 그 사람이 온 내 앞에 내 맘 어느 미칠 것 같은 이맘 순간의 호기심은 아니에요 그대 아니면 난 안 돼요 내 생각을 하세요
All right, how's the poll doing? Oh no!
그 반대말이 뭔지 아나요? 그건
I really like Dimu. What do you guys think? Let's hear predictions. Who do you think is going to do really well on the Popmart battles? So of course we're gonna have Pucky, Dimu, Skull Panda. I have a lot of the smaller characters as well. So we have quite a few of the smaller characters. Is there like a character that's not like super popular from Popmart that you think deserves to be at the top, like a certain series? I'm curious to know. And I put in the comments the tier rank again if you're not tier ranking along with us but you want to join in. Jay said Sweet Bean has grown on me. I definitely think Sweet Bean is underrated. I'm not a huge Sweet Bean fan myself, but I feel like Sweet Bean has been getting better and better, and definitely more people are getting into Sweet Bean. But I do agree it's definitely underrated. Yoki as well. We haven't seen a Yoki series in a bit. I don't even know if I have a Yoki series on this. I can't remember now. Apple, you've been getting really into Pucky. I think Pucky had a really good year as well. All right, well, I'm gonna end the poll. So this was a poll just for fun, but our finalist for today's live stream is Nancy Dream. Nancy Dream did the most and managed to beat out Baby Ghost Bear. Do you think on the YouTube poll it is going to be similar? Do you think Nancy Dream is going to take it? I think Nancy Dream has the chance to be number one, not even on this live stream, but I think on the YouTube comment or the YouTube poll, I think it's going to be pretty high as well. I think it might beat Baby Ghost Bear as well. Yeah, there hasn't been a Yoki series in a long time. As I said, I don't even think I have Yoki in this poll. I can't remember off the top of my head if there was one in 2023. Jay, you think it'll be a tight race? I think it might be. People really like Baby Ghost Bear, but I feel like Nancy Dream was just like the one series of the year. I think it definitely deserves to be up there. And it's going to be up against a Popmart series. So let's get into voting. So as you can see, our number one poll is going to be Skull Panda. And I did do a poll on my community page for this as well, because I believe we had a lot of Skull Panda series this year. Or maybe there was only two. I can't remember, but we have Skull Panda, the Ink Plum, which came out in fall. And then we have the Alice in Wonderland, Everyday Wonderland series that came out in the summer. So go ahead and vote on that. And I'm gonna jump over, I'll show you the series as well. I totally forgot. So we have the Ink Plum, which was this beautiful inspired series from poetry, and a lot of the artwork had calligraphy in it and was super beautiful. The secret is amazing looking. I thought this was a really cool series. Loved the inspiration. And then of course the Alice in Wonderland themed series is really cute. I will say I am a sucker for anything Alice in Wonderland, so I do really like this series. So in terms of my tier ranking, I think I'm gonna put the Ink Plum at the top of a full case. I think I like the Surrey Peach Blossom one more, so I'm gonna put it underneath that. And I think for our Everyday Wonderland, I'm gonna put it in full case too, and I think I'm gonna put it, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna put this one at the bottom of A tier. I'm a bit stuck on where to put these Skull Panda ones. I actually haven't opened either of them because I've been waiting to maybe pick them up as a full case. But what is everyone saying? Ren, this is the hardest choice for you today between these two? Yeah, I definitely think it did Alice in Wonderland justice for sure. I think the only figure I'm not a huge fan of was maybe the rabbit, or no, the March Hare. I really love the March Hare character. Well, the crazy eyes definitely fit the March Hare, but I don't know, for some reason, I think I wanted the March Hare to be a bit different, and I do love the March Hare from the story. Melanie, you did Serendipity S tier for both of them? Yeah, I was thinking about putting them in Serendipity too. I think for me, lately though, Skull Panda has been more of an A tier over the S tier, but maybe if I'd seen these in person, I would think differently. I still haven't seen these in person yet, which is so shocking. Oh, the caterpillar one is so good. It's one of my favorites too, if not my favorite from Everyday Wonderland. The caterpillar one is so great. They nailed it perfectly. So I will end the poll, and it was almost a tie, but just by a few votes, it looks like people want to see Everyday Wonderland go through to the next round. So it beat out the Ink Plum. And for our next one, we have cute little, I thought these were very similar vibes. We have the Monster MA.K, which was the mech series that Popmart did. I did do a poll for the monster because the other series that people really like was the macaroon one. I didn't include the macaroon one in the battle just because that one is a plushie series. It's not a regular series, but I do have it if you want to tier rank it because I know a lot of people love that series. And then it is up against the Kubo series. And give me a second to find Kubo. So we have Kubo, Walks of Life, and this is a new IP from Popmart. This is the first series they've ever done with Kubo. I think they just did series 2 in the beginning of the year. They have another series of Kubo, and I think this looks a bit similar to the Rayan series we saw on the indie section. I think I like the Rayan character a lot more than Kubo though. I think it has a lot more personality. But this was the Monster Exciting Macaroon series. So you can tier rank this one, but it's not in the battle just because these are not necessarily vinyl figures. They're vinyl figures plus plushies. And I think they might be keychains. I can't remember if they're keychains or not. But I actually really like the macaroon series, so I'm gonna be sliding that into high B tier because I really like that series. I haven't bought them yet, but I think they're really cute, so I'm gonna put them beside our Emma Dim Light series. And I actually really like the mech ones too. And I actually have 2 of them. I think I have 1 of them. I'm gonna put that in cute but meh, just cause, no, is it B tier? Oh, this one's hard. Yes, for this, here, I'm just gonna make sure my screen looks properly. So the Serendipity is our S tier, a full case is A tier, then our B tier is best ones only, our C tier is cute but meh, and then the D tier is destined for the lucky bag, and then our F tier is frightful, which I don't have any in frightful yet myself. No, don't worry about it, don't worry about it. We're halfway through the stream, so it's good to go over how we're doing the tier ranking again. I think for the other monster one, I'm gonna put it at the bottom of B tier. And I think for the Kubo Walks of Life, I'm gonna put in Destined for the Lucky Bag. I'm not a fan of it personally. And the Kubo one is out of order because I did some last minute rearranging. So the Kubo one's kind of in the middle, but you can tell it from its blue sky picture. And I'm gonna put it in Destined for the Lucky Bag. But let's have a look at your vote. Wow. Okay. If the vote had been the macaroon series, would you have picked it over the Kubo one? I'm really interested to know because the winner is actually Kubo. I thought the monster would make it through to the next round, but that is really interesting. It did not. I think if I had put this series, you guys might have picked it over the other one though. And for our next vote, this is our kind of arty series, our more interesting kind of high art type of series. So what we have on this screen right now is Yozuko Uno, the Art World Journey series. And the second series we have it up against is going to be Crybaby Monster Tears. And there was 3 Crybaby series this year. So I did do a poll on Instagram and narrowed it down to 1. And this was our number 1 voted Crybaby series. Apple says, Popmart is where my F tier fills up. I think I agree. And a lot of people are saying that macaroon probably would have won. I probably should have included it, but I was trying to be extra vicious. So what are you guys doing for this one? I think I'm going to do the World of Art. I think I'm going to put it at the end of Cute But Meh. I do like this series. I like the 2 cat girls in particular, but I'm not really a fan, as I said, of primary colors. And this series is mostly primary colors. So I'm going to put it in Cute But Meh, just because I'm not really interested in most of the figures for this series. I do like the kind of pastel-y ones, though. And I actually liked some of these Crybaby Monster Tears ones. I don't know if I would ever add them to my collection, but I thought this was one of their best series from Crybaby. I'm gonna slide mine into Frightful, but I actually don't mind that series that much. Melanie said, I'm not a fan of either. Yeah, I think you might be in that boat. Oh, if you haven't voted, we are one vote away from ending a tie break. So right now we have a tie. So if you haven't voted, go vote right now. And whatever you vote for will make it through to the next round.
이렇게 나랑 누워서 잠든 네 얼굴
Someone actually sent me a message on Instagram and asked me if we could have no crybaby, but we have to have crybaby in the tier ranking and in the vote.
해줄게. 그렇게 넌 내
We can't just ignore crybaby like that. All right, it looks like we are stuck. Oh, no, someone did do the tiebreaker. So for our next round, we have the World of Art going through to our next round. So Crybaby did not make it to our second round. And for our Hirano battle, so our next vote is for Hirano. I don't know if anyone who's joining the stream today is a big Hirano fan. I am a huge Hirano fan. We only got 2 Hirano series this year. We got Hirano Reshape, and then we got Hirano Mime. I think I'm on a bit of a Hirano fatigue. There was just so many series, and there is like a lot of them to collect now. So I ended up not picking up any of these yet, but I definitely want to in the future. So we have Reshape, which came out towards the end of the year. And then this is Mime. I think for me, I like Reshape more than Mime. Mime is really cute though. I love the one in the television. The one with the balloon I think is beautiful. The one that is blowing up the piece of rock that's a heart. There is some really solid ones in Mime. For Reshape though, I really enjoyed the different textures. This series has a lot of figures that look like wooden. There's the one that is the balloon that's like blowing up. And then the mushroom one kind of looks like it's made out of stone. It's just really cool. I think the Reshape series was a lot more interesting than the Mime one. The Mime one looks a lot like the first 2 series. So I'm going to put the Reshape one in my S tier. I really like it, and I think for Mime, I'm going to put it in my A tier, and I'm gonna put it right near where I put the Skull Panda Alice series. But what are you guys saying? What did you do for the Hirano ones? Melanie, you love Mime? And Jay says, I actually prefer Mime. So we have 2 people saying they're a Mime lover over it. No, I didn't draw my profile image. Another creator did. They are amazing. I need to put a link to their Instagram in my description. I don't have it yet, but I'm gonna add that. They made it for me last year for Christmas, and I love it. It's like so beautiful. The rocket in Reshape is really cool too. All right, let's see what people are voting for. Is it a close race? Ooh, it looks like it's not a close rape. Mime did end up winning it. So most people preferred Mime. So that's going on to the next round. And for our next Popmart round, we have 2 All-Star series. So we saw 2 All-Star series this year, or last year, from Popmart. So we have Spotlight 13th Anniversary, which was like their 1920s inspired series. I actually opened up 2 boxes of it in January, and I got my 2 favorites, which is really nice. And then we have the Year of the Rabbit series that came out in January of last year, called 321 Happy Chinese New Year. So which did you like, the Year of the Rabbit series or the 13th anniversary series? And in the chat, I think there might be an issue with my poll. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. I think the poll is now in the chat. I was gonna ask, who do you think does All-Star Series better? Like if it was Popmart against Finding Unicorn, who do you think does a better job at All-Star Series? Or who do you think you're less scared of getting a character you don't like? Melanie, the Skull Panda one from the Year of the Rabbit was beautiful. It's always so expensive on the aftermarket. I feel like the one from this year is interesting, but I actually don't think it's one of the strongest for once for the Year of the Dragon. Ren, you prefer the Popmart IPs? Yeah. I think for me, I prefer the Finding Unicorn ones because I like more of the characters, and there's so many Popmart characters that I don't like Crybaby. I think I'm more scared to get a Popmart one, but I tend to like the themes of the Popmart ones a bit better. Like I really do like the Year of the Tiger they had, the Year of the Rabbit, and now the Year of the Dragon. I love that they do that. The All-Star Series this year from Finding Unicorn is the space theme. Oh, and I didn't even show you guys it. So this was Spotlight 13th Anniversary Series. So all very 1920s vibe. I love the Pinot Jelly from this one. It's so cool. This Secret Skull Panda is spectacular for this series. And then this was the Year of the Rabbit one. Jay, I'm more scared with Popmart. Yeah, me too. I'm more scared from Popmart one because there's so many that you could get. They always have like 16 different ones. Yeah, me too. I was expecting a different dragon one from Skull Panda. I feel like the character is starting to look more like a scene kid. I don't know how to put it. There's something about like the eye makeup that I'm not really loving lately for a few of the designs. Like, I don't know. I think scene kid is the best way I could say it. Like there's something about the makeup that I don't think I like on the last like few rounds, where before it was a bit more like simple and classic. All right, and who is our winner? Oh, it looks like everyone really loved the Year of the Rabbit series, and I think I agree with that one. I think it was a lot better of a series. And our next round, as you can see, is our Demu round. So of course we have to have 2 Demu series. And the first series is Demu No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight, which was an amazing series. I think one of my favorites of the year personally. And we had Demu Retro. So I'm gonna put that poll in the chat, and give me a second. I also realized that I just stopped tier ranking. Oh my gosh. I stopped tier ranking. Give me a second. I will catch up on my tier ranking. So I think for me, I'm going to put Spotlight in maybe the bottom of best ones only. I think it's a pretty cute series, but I only want my favorites. And I think I would have gotten a full case of the Year of the Rabbit series. If the budget permitted, I definitely think I would have gotten a full series of that. Actually, no, because I wouldn't want half of the characters. I think I'm gonna put it right besides the Finding Unicorn All-Star series in Best Ones Only. But here's a look at our Demu series. So we have No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight, which I thought was amazing. It was their Halloween themed series. I have, I think, like half of this series, and I'm definitely buying more of them. I bought all of mine confirmed, so I got all the ones that I liked. I think I only opened one blind box from this series, but I really liked it. And then we have Demu Retro. If my budget had permitted, I would have gotten a full case of this. I love this series. If you're not a big Demu fan, all of these are larger design figures. So Demu does Popmart series, and then Demu also does big, larger designer toys that are like $300, $400. Pretty expensive. So this was a series of all of their big designs, but made small and affordable for Popmart. And they didn't do some of the really awesome Demu designs, but they did do a lot of really cool ones. So for me, I'm gonna slide the retro series into S tier, and I think I'm gonna put it maybe before the Kyla one, because I really like that series. I don't know if anyone else agreed, but I thought that was a really awesome series. And No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight, I don't know. I'm stuck between A tier or top of B tier. I think there's definitely some from this series, like the Scarecrow one, that I'm not a huge fan of, but there's a lot that I like. I think I would be happy with a full case of this one, but I don't know. I'm torn. I'm torn on what I should do. I think I'm gonna put it at the bottom of a full case only. Yeah, definitely, Jay. I think for the retro series, if you would only really get it if you're like a huge fan, it does look a bit repetitive if you get them all, because they are very similar shapes for sure. That's the reason why I didn't get a full case, but I'm sad. Demu Retro got annihilated. So you guys liked the one that was more of a theme. No One's Going to Sleep Tonight. So that is making it to the second round. And our next series that we're going to have a look at is, I don't really know for this one if there's like a theme. It's just two random Popmart series. We have the Grand Deco Hotel, which was a very cute deco series. There was other deco series that came out this year, but I did a poll and we eliminated the other one. I think it was a farm series. And then we have Hatchie Pew Pew in My Dream. And I will show you both of these series. Laura, yeah, I really liked the No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight, but I didn't want to risk getting a blind box, and I found on resellers that they were really affordable, so I picked all of mine up from a reseller. Ooh, that's so lucky, Ren, getting 2 out of... Oh, no, I read it the wrong way. Oh, that sucks, Ren, that you got 2 of the 12 that you didn't love. That really sucks. Jay, I probably don't say the name properly, but that's the only way in my brain I can think of how you say Hatchie Pew Pew. My brain can't understand any other way. I think someone commented on one of my videos and corrected me, but I think the pronunciation they told me like flew out of my brain the second I read it. I think this Hatchie Pew Pew in My Dream one is really cute, but I'm going to slide it into cute but meh. And I'm going to put it at the bottom. I kind of think it's almost destined for the lucky bag, but not quite. For the deco, the Grand Hotel, I actually do like this series. There is some interesting ones, But I think Deco for me is more of a Destin's for the lucky bag. Yeah, maybe I'm gonna put it in like the middle. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds so wrong for me to say. I like Pew Pew better. All right. What have you guys been doing for your tier ranking on the last few? Oh, we had 0 votes for the Grand Deco Hotel. So we are going to put Hatchie Pew Pew into our second round. And this is an interesting mix-up. I know who I would vote for, but I don't think the one I would vote for is going to do as well. So this one, again, we have just some of the smaller characters that don't have as many series. So we have We Are So Cute up against Sweet Bean's Growth Illustration. And these are very opposite series. Maybe not the best to stick together. They're kind of on the polar opposites. We're So Cute. I really, really liked this series. This secret edition with the bear, I think is spectacular. I really like it. And I think it's a very interesting series, but I like this character. It's not one of my favorite characters. I think some people think it's creepy, but I actually like it. Oh, and then the other one we have is Sweet Bean. You know what? I think I should have done Sweet Bean in the previous poll. I think that would have been better. I actually think I messed up. I think it was supposed to be Sweet Bean against Hatchie Pew Pew because they're both like cute kind of babies, right? I think I messed it up. I'm pretty sure I did it wrong because I have them beside each other too. But this is the Growth Illustration series. And this is a cute series for sure. I thought it was cute, but I'm not a big Sweet Bean fan. So I'm gonna slide Sweet Bean into cute but meh. And for the other series, I'm gonna put best ones only because I haven't picked it up, but I do really like We're So Cute. Jay, Deco got no love. I think that's the first one that got 0 votes. Yeah, the eyes are so pretty because they're glass. They remind me of Hirano's eyes. I feel like you guys are right. This Sweet Bean series wasn't the best. There's been so many good Sweet Bean series. I don't think this was the vibe at all. And it was weird because it was only 6 figures, which is a pretty small series. I don't think I've ever seen Sweet Bean ever do a non-12 series. All right, so we're gonna call it. It looks like the votes are in, and our winner is Ziga. I don't think I say this name either properly, but We're So Cute makes it to the next round. And our next battle is our space battle. So we have Space, and of course we have Molly, Mega Molly Space 1000% Series 2. And I did do a poll to eliminate the other Molly series. This was the #1 voted series. And then we have Flapjack's Banana Boo Fantastic Galactic. The name is a bit too long, so I'm just gonna take out I'm gonna take out the Boo. But who is the winner, Flapjacks or Molly? I feel like the people who watch my channel aren't big Molly fans, but let's have a look. Oh, give me a second to grab both of these. So our first one is the Mega Molly one. I actually am not a Molly fan, but I really like the Space Molly series. I think they're actually really cute. And obviously they're like the small versions of the really big Mega Mollies that are like $150, $350. I think they have like 1,000 sized ones. they're really, really big. So this is like a miniature of the really expensive figures, and I really like them. Again, sucker for space. And this is Fantastic Galactic Flapjacks Banana Boo. These are mostly shakers. I think some of them aren't shakers, but if you like shakers, definitely this might be what you want to vote for. I am not into it. I will tell you right now, this is not my vibe at all. I can appreciate people who like the banana though, but for me, it's not my vibe. So I'm gonna put the Molly Space in best ones only because I definitely have a few of those that I want to get, but I wouldn't get a full case. And for the Flapjacks ones, I'm gonna put them in my F tier. I think they're frightful. Ren, the Space Molly is your least favorite design when it comes to Molly, right? Apples, you never thought you would pick banana over a major character.
나의 마음에 quite suddenly 퐁당 또 퐁당 아니 퐁당 큰 돌을 던진 너
All right, I'm curious to see what we have happening in the poll. Ooh, it's a really close race. Maybe I'll wait one more to see. Are we going to get another vote? No. I'm going to end the poll. As much as you guys didn't want Molly to win, we had a lot of banana support. Molly Space did squeak through with one vote. It was a very close race. And we are on to our Pucky series of votes. So this is our Pucky poll. And for our Pucky poll, we had quite a few series that came out. This was another one. I did the vote on Instagram to narrow it down to 2. And our top 2 votes were Pucky Rabbit Cafe and Pucky Sleep Forest. Oh, and I did add the other Molly series to the tier ranker. So this was the one that lost the vote on Instagram, but I thought it was a pretty cool series for Molly. This one does play with texture. So we have like stone, we have wood. It's a very interesting series. I'm not a huge fan of it, but I really like the design behind it. I'm gonna put it in cute but meh. I don't think it was a terrible Molly series, but if you do want to tier rank that one is in the tier ranking as well. But let's have a look at our Puckies. So we have Pucky Sleeping Forest, which I did get a full case of and unboxed on my channel. So I definitely like this one. It was a really fun full case. If you didn't see that video, I unboxed it in a cabin in the middle of a forest. I might have opened up 2 boxes while on a boat. So it was really, really fun. That was, I think, my favorite video I put out this year. It did not get a lot of views. I think it's probably one of my worst full cases, but I had a lot of fun, so it doesn't matter that it didn't do so well. And then we have Pucky Rabbit Cafe. I thought this series was super cute. If I was like a coffee drinker, a Starbucks girly, I think this would be my #1 series. I love the secret edition croissant, but I don't drink coffee, like at all. Anytime I go to Starbucks, I literally buy a hot chocolate, so... Apple, you love food. But it is a hard vote. Are you a flowers person or are you like a food cafe drink, one too? Aw, thank you, Jay. I'm glad you thought it was cool. I thought it was really funny. Farah, I definitely agree. Sleep Forest was one of the best Pucky series. I think it's the only full case Pucky series I've ever opened. So it's my only full case from Pucky I've ever gotten. I actually do have a lot of this Pucky series though. Even though I said I don't drink coffee, I think I have like 5 from this series. I think I would have gotten a full case if I was much more of a coffee drinker. But for the Pucky series, some of these aren't in order because I did have to do some reorganizing. So our 2 Popmart Pucky series are kind of in the middle. But I'm going to slip in our Pucky Sleeping Forest into Serendipity. I loved it. It's an S tier for me. And I think for the Pucky Rabbit Cafe, I think if I had endless money and I could buy whatever series I wanted, I think I would have gotten a full case of this. So I'm going to slip that one over into A tier. So the 2 Pucky series for me are S tier and A tier. What did you guys do for your tier ranking? I'm curious. Ooh, definitely for the votes though, most people went with Forest, which I spelt wrong on the poll, but let's select that. I did think Forest was gonna do well. It is definitely a lot of people, Pucky in general, I think is a lot of people's favorites though. And for our next vote, we have one of the series that I don't own anything of, but I kind of wish I did. It's such a good series, and I think I butcher the character name for this, Lilos. Lilos is how in my head I would say it, but I'm not sure if it's 100% right. This is City Wild Boy, and I really liked this series. Popmart and them have done a few series before, but this was the first series where I was like, wow, this is really awesome. I think there was one series before this one. And then our next series in the vote is Miniko. And this is Dream Surprise. I thought both of these series kind of had that dream element to them, so I put that. We only got one Miniko series last year. I was so shocked by this, but I was kind of getting bored of Miniko series, so I'm also like not surprised, but I love Miniko. I don't have any from this series either, to be honest with you. I really need to pick some of these up though, because they're very cute. The goggles remind you of frogs. Oh, I think I could totally see that, Ren. I get that vibe. It looks like frogs with like their eyes slit. Bye, Ren. Have a great night. Yeah, Jay, I'm the same. I love the smell of coffee, but I don't drink it. And you know what I just realized? I just realized we didn't put any Laura. I messed up big. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna yell at my at my 2 moderators because I sent the list to them to ask them if I had missed anyone, and neither of them told me that I missed Laura from Toy City. Not Laura in the chat. Oh no. Oh, I think I messed up not including Laura. I think this series, I really love it. I am going to put it in B tier for our Lilos one. I think it's really cute. I definitely need to pick some up from it. I think for the Miniko one, I am going to slide it into cute but meh. I know, we complained last night about Laura's big stands. I totally forgot. I think I did a bad job. I messed it up. I think I definitely should have done Laura. People really love Laura from Toy City too. I'm trying to remember what series came out this year. What Laura series was in 2023? I remember a lot of the ones from 2022, but I don't remember the ones from this year. So it looks like our winner is Lilos, which is no surprise to me. And I think this poll is going to hurt poor Winter. I think this is some of Winter's favorites. So for our next round, we are going to have Nori. And Nori had a few series, but Nori isn't as popular as a lot of other characters, so I only did one Nori series, and the one that won was Nori Youth Lookbook. And I decided to pair it with Bunny, which is one of my favorite characters from Popmart. This is Mysterious Tarot. So that is our next poll and our next tier ranking. So I actually was kind of sad that the Youth Lookbook won, because I think this is the more boring of the series for me. I would have preferred another series, specifically from Nori. I like the other one that came out, but I'm having trouble remembering what that series was though. Shoot, I forget what it was called, but I liked the fashion for it better. But we also had Bunny Mysterious Tarot, and I don't think anyone has unboxed this on YouTube. I don't think anyone has talked about this. I know we talked about it on a new releases stream, and then we never talked about it again. I don't think people like Bunny, but I love Bunny. Bunny is one of my favorite characters, so I really like Bunny's vibe. But I feel like this series was so cool, and then a week after it launched, no one talked about it ever again. It was a bit weird. Nori's Morning, I think that was it, Apple. I think I liked that one. I like tarot themed series though. I am a sucker for horoscope tarot theme, so I'm surprised I don't have any from this, but I definitely have it on my wish list. My wish list from Popmart is so long, it's hard to keep up with everything. I actually think I've said that for most of the Popmart series, that I don't have any, where the Finding Unicorn ones, I usually have one from every series that we ranked. I think I'm going to put this one in best ones only. I'm not going to put it in a full case, even though I love Bunny. I think that one, I will do that. For Nori, I think Nori's can be a bit repetitive, but I do really like Nori. So I actually think I'm going to put the Youth Lookbook a bit higher than the Bunny one, because I really like Nori. I think Nori is a really cool character, so they're both in B tier for me, for best ones only. But if we have a look at the poll, it looks like Bunny Mysterious Tarot is the winner. So let's move that on. I'm actually shocked. I thought Nori was gonna win it. And we only have a few more series to rank, a few more polls. And we have a brand new series that came out at the very end of the year. So I'm going to be interested to see how many people vote for it. We have Peach Riot Rise Up, and then we have Azura Spring Fantasy. Now, I did do a poll on my Instagram for Azura, and the winner was the Y2K series, but I didn't include it in the poll because it was limited to Japan, so it's not a universal series, so I didn't think it was fair to include it. But I know people love that series, but I put the second one, which was the spring one. But here's a look at Peach Riot Rise Up. I really like this series. I'm excited to see what they do for a second series. I think this is going to do really, really well for Popmart. It looks like it's already pretty popular. So I think we're going to see a lot more of Peach Riot Rise Up. And then this is Azura Spring Festival, or Spring Fantasy. And I thought this was a really good Azura series. I think I like this more than the Y2K series. But I don't know. I feel like I really want some of the Y2K Japanese exclusives. I know, Winter, Nori didn't win. I'm so sorry. Jay, I have one box of Peach Riot and I'm really interested to see what it looks like. I think I need to see it in person before I buy more, but I did buy one for the channel because I was really interested in it. I think even though I haven't seen it in person, I am going to put it in B tier because I am going to buy a few, I think. If the first one looks pretty good, there's a few more that I'm interested in. And the other one is Azura. I'm going to put Azura in. I'm almost tempted to put cute but meh. But maybe I would do best ones only. Ooh, it's so hard. Oh, Laura, it was unboxed on Paul and Shannon's one. Oh, I'll try and check that out, though. I'm very curious to see it unboxed. They do get a lot of PR from Popmart, so it doesn't surprise me that they would have it. Janice, we do have a Pinot Jelly series coming up. I feel like a lot of people are liking Pinot Jelly as well this year. They've had some fun series. I think I would have voted for Nori too, though, to be honest with you, Apple. But let's see who's going to win this one. Oh, and it's a pretty close one, but by quite a few points, we have Azura. So I think Azura makes it on to the next round. And I don't know. Yeah, I feel like those are both B tiers. My B tier is looking crazy right now. There's so many. And we are almost finished our Popmart polls. We have a few more series left. Our next one is going to be Green Cow Garden When One Was Little, which is a very interesting series. And it's up against Pinot Jelly Taste and Personality. And I think Pinot Jelly might take this one. I will show you both of these. So here is the Pinot Jelly one first. So this series was all about food, but also personality, which I think was a really cute mix. I think this series was really fun. There was 2 Pinot Jelly series, but this was the one that won. And I thought both Pinot Jelly series were really cool. The other one was a weather temperature one, right? And then this was Green Cow Garden When One Was Little, and it was the cute little bear. I think this series is really cute, but definitely not my vibe. So for the Green Cow one, I'm gonna put it in Destined for the Lucky Bag. Maybe cute but meh. No, I think Destined for the Lucky Bag. And for the Pinot Jelly, I think Pinot Jelly is really cute, but I'm not a huge Pinot Jelly fan. So I am going to put it in cute but meh, but I think I'm going to put it pretty high on the list because I kind of want a Pinot Jelly one. If I had all the money in the world, I think I would buy that series. And I like the fact that some of them are shakers. That's really fun. So who are you guys voting for? Jay, did you put it in F for frightening? They definitely are a very specific vibe. Oh, and I'm going to end the poll early. This is a landslide. Our Green Cow Garden got 0 votes. Pinot Jelly makes it on to the next round very, very easily. And for our next poll, we have 2 very interesting series from Popmart. I feel like no one talks about these, but I actually really like both of these series. So we have Taboo Retro Diner, and then the one that's on the screen right now is Fububu Treasure of Time. So Fububu is really cute. I thought this series was awesome, but it wasn't my favorite out of the Fububu series. I think I prefer some of the other ones. And the Retro Diner, I think, is a very specific aesthetic. You have to like vintage. You have to like that diner vibe. You have to be not freaked out by like the vintage doll aesthetics. I think quite a few people would think these are creepy. I like them, but I'm not too much into like Americana kitsch. So I like them just a little bit. But I have a feeling that the cat might win over this, because I feel like this is a very niche, and I don't know for all of you watching if this is your type of niche, but I'm gonna put Taboo in cute but meh. I think it's a good series. I own one of them. I actually do own a figure from this, but I understand it's not everyone's a vibe. And Fububu, I think I'm gonna put it in Destined to the Lucky Bag. No, cute but meh. I'm gonna put it in cute but meh. It's so hard to decide. And we are getting close to the end. We are on the 3-hour mark, so we're gonna wrap this stream up pretty quickly and do some fire round polls. So it looks like the Fubobo Cat series is our winner for that, and we are on our last round of Popmart figures. And no one's been asking where these series were, but these are some of my favorite ones from Popmart. We have our Instinct Toy series, and I really love Instinct Toy. I love both of these series. I haven't picked up any from Instinct Toy Mucky Playtime, just because I'm still debating whether I'm going to get a full case or not. But I do have quite a few from the Sweet Bean collab called Sweet Together. I thought this was a great series. It was really cute. So this is our Mucky Playtime series. It came out kind of in spring. We haven't seen a lot from Pucky and Popmart for the second half of the year. Both of these series were in the beginning of 2023. So I'm interested to see what we get in 2024 from Instinct Toy. Instinct Toy does have a dragon figure. So for Year of the Dragon, it might be possible that we see the dragon figure have its own series, which would be really interesting. But what is your guys' thoughts on Instinct Toy? Okay, Jay, if it's a vote, I will put your vote towards the collab. Definitely, if you're a big Sweet Bean fan, I could see you voting for the Sweet Bean series. I think for me, both of these series are really good. I'm trying to decide in my head for our tier ranking what I would do. I think for Mucky, it is a full case. I'm going to put them into A for a full case. And I don't know. For Sweet Together, I don't think it's an A tier for me. I think it's a B tier. So I'm going to stick it in my huge B tier. Oh my gosh, I have the hugest B tier ever. And there was 2 more series to tier rank. I don't know if you noticed that, but we do have 2 series that aren't in the polls that we have to tier rank. So I will show them on the screen now. I did a poll on Instagram and both of these series didn't make it into the next round, but we have a series I actually never saw Popmart advertise at all, but when I was on their website, they said that it came out in 2023, so I was really surprised. But there was Kaiju Hunting 2.5, which was a collab with a bunch of different artists. And then this lost the poll on Instagram. This was the worst Popmart series according to Instagram, and this was Vivi Cat Beach Holiday. And it does look like Sweet Beans Sweet Together is our winner for our last vote. So let's select that. And I'm going to go ahead and put in the next poll. So we are all the way back up to Skull Panda. So we are on round 2 for Popmart. We have Everyday Wonderland up against Kubo Walk of Life. And while that poll is happening, I'm gonna look at the 2 series we have to rank. I think for this one, I'm gonna put it in F tier. I love the Instinct Toy one, but I don't really recognize any of the other kaiju characters or like them. There's obviously Labubu the monster and then Instinct Toy, but I don't recognize the other artists. And for Vivi Cat, as much as I like cats, and this series is really fun, I'm gonna put this into Destined for the Lucky Bag because I think that's where it should be. And how is everyone's tier ranking look? How does your tier ranking compare to mine? I feel like I was really generous. I feel like most people are gonna have a lot more F and C tier compared to me. And let me make mine a bit smaller so you can see. All right, I think I got it perfectly. So this is a look at my finished tier ranker. And let's get a bit of clapping. For our round 2, it, of course, went to Skull Panda. And for our next vote, we have the Art World Journey up against our Hirano Mime series. I have a feeling like Hirano Mime is probably going to take this pretty easily. Apples, your tier ranking is very bottom heavy. Jay says, I'm very brutal, lots of D's and lots of F's. Yeah, I feel like I'm less brutal than a lot of people. Mine tend to be a lot of A's. Every time we do tier ranking, I have so many B's and I don't have as many S's as I usually do. I think I was being a bit harsher than I usually am, and my C tier is only like the creme de la creme, but I have a lot of varying taste. And you can save your tier ranking or just take a screenshot of it. And on Instagram, if you post it, tag me in it and I will reshare your tier ranking. And if you don't know my Instagram, it's just Elowin Luna. I also have a toy only one, which is Elowin Toy. But you can tag me in your tier ranking at any time, and I will repost it over the next few days. And this video does go up on Wednesday as a non-live stream video. So if you are watching this on Wednesday, be sure to tag me if you use Instagram. I would love to see the results of your tier ranking. And I did ask my mods if they wanted to share their tier rankings. So for Apple and Winter, if you want to share your tier ranking, just take a screenshot and put it in the Discord and we can have a look. But let's go back to the voting. Hirano ended up losing it. I am really shocked. We do not have a lot of Hirano fans in the chat. So the World of Art is the winner. And I'll put some clapping for it. If it was mine, Hirano would have made it all the way to the end. But I feel like this one might go in my favor. But for our second round 2, we have the Happy Lunar New Year series for Year of the Rabbit. And then we have No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight from Demu. I'm very upset about the Hirano one. I think Hirano is a better series. I think Hirano Mime should have made it through. I think that's a great upset. I feel like Hirano, for me, would have been top 4. But I know Hirano is not everyone's vibe. So we have that poll in the chat, and let me know, for the people who are here live, what is in your S tier? What is your favorite series of 2023? If you weren't doing this battle and you just got to pick, who would be your S tier series for the year? I'm glad you would have voted for Hirano. Thank you. At least you can vote for the next few polls. Hopefully there'll be some favorites. I'm gonna end the next poll though because Demu is absolutely killing it. So for our round 2 from Popmart, Demu is making it on to round 3. And we'll move on to our next poll. And it's interesting because Popmart has so many diverse figures. So it's interesting to see who ends up making it into the next round because they're very different series. So we of course have Hachi Pew Pew, as I like to say. And then we have our Ziga. So those are our 2 series characters that I don't know how to say at all. Jay said my S tier was Fairy Sea Elves and Picnic with Butterflies. I think that is a really great S tier. I think I agree with both of those. I think those are solid series. All right, so I have 2 of my mods tier ranking that I can share. So while we're doing the next few polls, we're going to be looking at their tier ranking and judging them. And they can defend themselves in the chat. So give me a quick second. I will get those up on the screen so we can have a look. And it looks like Hachi Pew Pew is winning by a landslide. So we're gonna declare that as our winner. Ooh, and I think this is going to be a very easy vote too. I think this is going to go pretty quickly, but we have Mega Molly Space Series 2 up against Pucky's Sleep Forest. And I have a feeling that Pucky might win it, but who knows? We'll have to see. Oh, give me a second. I'm just trying to figure out how to share their tier ranking, so we can go full screen to me for right now. Oh my gosh, this music right now is making me sleepy. Apples, you're preparing yourself for judgment? Heather, you said Melinda Camping and Nancy Poetry would have been S tier for you. Those are great series. That's an awesome S tier as well, Heather. Sorry we didn't have Nancy Poetry or Melinda Camping in this. Both of those ended up losing the Instagram votes. But I definitely feel like maybe next year we'll do 2 Nancy series if we have a lot of them. And then Skull Panda Everyday Wonderland or Hero no Mime. Yeah, you're definitely after my heart. I think I have very similar taste to you. So the winner for this vote is our Pucky Sleeping Forest. And we're on the second half of our round 2s. And this one, I think, are pretty similar vibes. I'm interested if Lilos is going to win it again over our Bunny Mystery Tarot. So that poll is in the chat. Laura said, Roll Life dominates my S tier with Nancy Dream and Surrey. Yeah, I definitely feel like those are great series. I feel like Nancy had really good series lately, but for me, a lot of them aren't necessarily S tier. I feel like Dream, though, really was a strong one. So here is the tier maker for Apple. So this is my mod Apple's tier list. And wow, so you weren't lying when you said it was really bottom heavy. So in terms of series, what are we looking at? You have obviously your favorite Repolar series in S tier. You have Nancy Dream. You have the other Repolar series also in S, and Amy, I know you really like. And then you have Mimia as well. So we have a few series the same in S tier. You definitely are a bit more picky than I am for sure. You have a lot of Frightful. Okay, let's see. What does Apple think as Frightful? We have Molly. We have both Hirano series. We have the Monster. We have a ton. We have some Rico. We have both All-Star series. We have Crybaby. Hi, Ashley. Yes, that's the new one, Auspicious Animal Nancy. It's so gorgeous. Did you get a full case, Heather? You have a lot of popular Popmarts in F, that is for sure. All right, and to end the poll, who is going to be our winner? And it is Lilo's. I thought it might be. Ooh, this is an interesting vote. We have Azura against Pinot Jelly. I'm actually interested to see who ends up winning this one. So Azura Spring Fantasy against Pinot Jelly's Taste and Personality. And that is our second to last round 2 poll. I think it's a really good tier rank, Apple. I think you did really good. I definitely know me and you have like very different vibes for sure. Just having a look at this tier ranking. Oh, you got the nine-tailed fox. That is one of the most prettiest ones though, Heather. That's a great one box to have. I hope you ended up liking it, but that's one of my favorites. That's like, that one and the mermaid one, I think are my top 2. They're so pretty. That's true, Apple. It is really good to look at your tier ranking and be like, which ones do I actually want to buy? I think if you look at my tier ranking, you can tell I buy like anything and everything. I'm definitely a person who's like down to buy whatever, as long as it's not Crybaby. But yeah, it's interesting to see what yours are like, but I wonder how yours is going to compare to Winter. We're going to have a look at Winter's next. And I'm actually surprised I haven't blown my nose before now because I'm getting a cold. So I'm glad that's the first time. I will end the poll for this one. It looks like the victor was very clear. It is going to be Azura. I'm actually surprised. I thought Pinot Jelly might win that one, but it looks like a lot of people were loving Azura. And this is our last round 2 poll before we get into round 3. And I think this one's going to be a slam dunk, but we will still do the poll. I have a feeling of who might win, though. We have Sweet Bean, Sweet Together against Fubobo, and that is Treasure of Times series. Who's going to be the winner? Oh, yeah. I am surprised you didn't have the cat one up in B rank. All right. So after we do this poll, we'll have a look at Winter. And I'm really excited. So if you watched my last stream, I did a fun little interview where I interviewed Apple as part of the live stream. And next week, we are going to be doing a surprise stream of ball jointed dolls. And Winter is a really big ball jointed doll fan. Winter doesn't really collect that many blind boxes. So be prepared. The tier ranking for Winter might be very bottom heavy as well, but Winter is a really big ball jointed doll fan. So we're going to be doing a tier ranking, not a battle, but just a tier ranking of ball jointed dolls series next week. And we're also going to have Winter join the stream, and we will do that after we unbox 4 ball jointed doll figures. So it's going to be really fun. Are you excited to join the live stream next week, Winter, or are you nervous? And I will end the poll. We did get a few votes for Fububu, but the winner by a lot was Instinct Toy. So let's move on to round 3. And for our round 3, we have Skull Panda Everyday Wonderland against another pretty arty series. So 2 very artistic creators. For our first round 3, we have The Art World Journey by Azuko Uno. You're excited, Winter? All right, well, I hope you're excited to see your tier ranking. And we only have 5 series in S tier and A tier. And I knew in S tier we were gonna have Nori. Winter, obviously as a doll collector, would love Nori. We also have Peach Riot, which is another kind of doll figure in a full case. And we have Lilos. Oh, that's very interesting. I didn't know you were a big fan of Lilos, Winter. That really surprises me. And that's your #1 series. That's really cool. And you also have Baby Ghost Bear Birthday Alone as your full case. And then Melinta Rococo. I think that's a really great top one. I have an idea as well for a future series. I think it would be fun to like look at people's actual collections, so not just their tier ranking, but actually have a look at what they collect and have in their house, and people could submit photos. So that might be a future live stream. I think it would be really fun. I don't think it's gonna surprise anyone, but the winner for our first round 3 vote is Skull Panda. I have a feeling Skull Panda is gonna make it into the last round. But let's do our second round 3 vote. And this, of course, is Demu. No One's Going to Sleep Tonight. And it is up against the Hachi Pew Pew series, which I am honestly shocked made it this far. I think it might be the end for Hachi Pew Pew, though. Oh, yeah, you love the space theme. That's true. Oh, I could definitely get the Little Prince vibe. I definitely think Skull Panda Plum Blossom is a great series. That's a great S tier. All right, what do you guys think of Winter's tier ranking? Everything is destined for the lucky bag. I'm guessing Winter does not buy lucky bags very much. Although you don't have a lot in Frightful. I'm actually surprised. I thought you were gonna have more in Frightful. It's actually... Oh, for a second, I thought you had Hirano in Frightful, but that's the Molly series. So you have Hirano in the B and C tier, and your Frightful looks like it is Molly, and then Baby Zora, Cubo. I'm surprised you didn't like Cubo more, Winter. I'm actually really shocked. I thought it would at least be a C tier for you. And you are not a fan of the series we are voting for right now. So it looks like it's going to be Winter's vote for the Demu series. And we have another slam dunk. It's not even close. It is Demu for the win. And we have 2 more round 3 polls before we are done, and we can have a look at what our top 4 is going to be. And it is a tough battle. We have Pucky Sleeping Forest against Lilo. So this is going to be super interesting. I feel like this one might be a bit of a closer race compared to the last few votes we've had on stream. Yes, I actually made this tier list. I will put it in chat for you. So if you want to do it yourself, you definitely can. And if you have an Instagram, just tag me with the results. I would love to see. I will reshare it. But that is the tier link list. And if you're watching this as a VOD, it is in the description. And if you do want to do the battle by yourself, I can also put that in chat. And it's also in the description, but you can actually do the tier or the bracket one as well if you want to do your own little battles. And I'm waiting for a few more votes to come in before we declare our winner. It is a really close battle. We're only one vote away between the winner and the loser. But I'm hoping for no ties. I've only had to break one tie, and I'm hoping for no ties. So we will wait to see if someone breaks the tie. But right now, Pucky and Lilos are tied up to see who's going to make it into the next round. All right, let's have a look at the poll. All right, and we got a few more votes, and it looks like, oh, the votes are getting even closer, but Pucky's Sleeping Forest is gonna swoop in for the win. But that was getting really close. So this is our last round 3 vote, and then we are on to round 4. And we have almost figured out what is the best Popmart series of 2023. And this one is between Azura and Instinct Toy. Ooh, I feel like I'm not going to be happy about the winner here. I think the series I would pick might end up losing. But let's see. All right, the poll is in the chat. Winter, of course you voted for Lilos. I think I would have voted for Pucky. I think I would have voted for Pucky if I could have voted. And while we're waiting for that, so this is my tier ranking compared to Apple's and compared to Winter's. I love how different mine looks compared to the other two. Oh, and I think it's a landslide. I will call the vote early, even though not everyone has voted, because we have a clear winner. And it is Azura making it on to the next round. So we are officially at round 4, and this is when I think we're going to have a lot of tight races. So of course we have Skull Panda, Everyday Wonderland, which has been doing really well in the votes. And then we also have Dimu, No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight. I think these are definitely some of the top Popmart series of the last year. Maybe they should have been farther apart from each other, because I feel like this would have been a lot of people's, like, you know, top 4 Popmart series of the year. So it's a bit mean putting them beside each other, because I feel like Pucky might have an easier job beating Azura, but we'll see. We'll see what the chat thinks. So our top 4 Popmart series, according to the chat, are Skull Panda, Everyday Wonderland, Dimu's No One's Gonna Sleep Tonight, Pucky, Sleeping Forest, and Azura. And I'm very interested for the next vote and for this vote. But I wonder if Spring Fantasy can beat Pucky. I'm very, very curious. I have a feeling like I know who's going to win this vote, and definitely with a ton of votes, it is Skull Panda Everyday Wonderland. It wasn't even close. So we have our second place Popmart series. And who is going to be the other one? Pucky or Azura? I think these series are pretty similar to each other. They both have that like spring flower vibe. So if you were just voting for the ones that were like, you know, flower forest vibes, they're very similar to each other. Oh, Christina, that's awesome. I wish I had a full set of Skull Panda's Wonderland. I definitely plan on picking it up, hopefully in the future. And I'm not surprised Skull Panda made it this far. I thought for sure our last round would be Skull Panda. And just a reminder, on Wednesday, I will have a vote on my community page with our top 4 series from each side. So for our top 4, we already have Shinwoo, and it is the space-themed one called The Lonely Moon. And then we have Nancy Dream from Roll Life. And on the other side, we have Popmart's Skull Panda Everyday Wonderland as our third one, and this is the vote to decide which is the other series that is going to make it. Ooh, I definitely agree, Apple. I think taking photos of the Pucky and the Azura series together would be really, really nice. And so far we have a tie, so if you haven't voted, get in and vote because we'll need a tiebreaker for this one. Okay, I'm glad I don't have to be the tiebreaker. You can't decide, Christina? Well, yeah, it's hard if these are both series that you love or both series that you don't necessarily care about. It can be hard, for sure. I think I would have a hard time as well. I think this is a really tight race. I think for the Demu compared to Skull Panda, I think I would have picked Skull Panda easily, but this one I would have a harder time. Oh, yeah, that makes it hard if you have a figure from both and you love it. So, is there anyone else in the chat? Because I don't want to be a tiebreaker. We are tied up again. For a second, Azura was winning, but now Pucky is in the lead, or is tied up. So, I'm going to give it like 30 more seconds, and if not, I will do the tiebreaker. And I know what my vote is. Even though I think this one's a really hard vote too, I know what my vote would be. All right, it looks like we're not gonna get another vote. So I'm gonna play. Here, let's stop the music. Let's play some cheering music. The cheering music's so cheesy. Okay, let's go back to the regular music. I'm gonna pick, I had to do it. I had to pick Pucky Sleeping Forest. I think it's a fantastic series and it was one of my favorites of the year. So this vote in the chat will decide what Stream's favorite Popmart series was. So I'm gonna call it Popmart Best of 2023. And we have Pucky Sleeping Forest, which I will correct the spelling. And we have Skull Panda Everyday Wonderland. And I'm curious who's gonna win this one. Maybe I'll need to put a vote on my community page to decide which is the best Popmart series. And we can do Skull Panda against Demu, against Pucky, maybe against Azura. I think I can only put 4 things in the poll if I do a picture one. I kind of want to include Hirano. Even though Hirano didn't go far in stream, I love Hirano. Or Instinct Toy. I think Instinct Toy would be like a good other vote. But it would be fun to do a best of Popmart as well. Oh, and give me a second. There we go. And how are the votes coming along? All right, we have a few more votes to go, and we have another tie. I don't want to be the tie maker twice. So somebody break the tie. As soon as I see one person do a vote, I'm going to end the poll right away. But I'm actually surprised we have a tie between Pucky and Skull Panda. That is actually really surprising. All right, I'm gonna call it. We had 2 more people vote, and they both voted for Pucky. So Pucky is officially our best Popmart series. And we'll do a bit of a crowd and a bit of a drum roll. Oop. And as I said, we are not going to come up with a victor for the final one. That'll be done on my community page, but I will put a vote up on the screen just to see what stream thinks. So best series of 2023 voted by live stream. We have Nancy Dream, or we have Pucky Sleeping Forest. Yeah, Pucky versus Nancy is not what I suspected. There was quite a few upsets. I think for me, I thought like maybe Demu, definitely Skull Panda. I thought it was going to be Skull Panda against Shinwoo, to be honest with you. But we are going to put it up to YouTube, and I have a feeling between all of these, it's either going to be Baby Ghost Bear or Skull Panda. But we will see. And I totally wrecked the last vote. I accidentally clicked on Pucky. So just ignore that you see Pucky in the middle. I can fix it. And then we'll wrap up the stream after this vote. So get your vote in. We are at the end of the stream. And thank you to everyone who tier ranked along with us. If you didn't tier rank during the stream, you can use the link at any time, and you can go ahead and tag me in it if you're on Instagram. And I would love to see what your S tier was and what your F tier was. And thank you to Apple and Winter who joined the stream and were brave enough to share what their tier ranking looked like. I hope you had a lot of fun. You can let me know in the comments if you really enjoyed tier ranking. But we put it to a vote, and we're waiting for a few more votes to come in. But we're deciding what the best series of 2023 was as voted by Livestream. And the poll will be up on my community page, and it'll be between The Lonely Moon, Finding Unicorn and Shinwoo, Skull Panda and Popmart, Everyday Wonderland, Pucky and Popmart, Sleeping Fairy, and Roll Life, Nancy Dream. So that'll be what's up on Wednesday on the poll, or today. If you're watching the VOD, you'll be watching it the same day. Oh, I'm glad you had fun. No, don't worry about making it late. I hope you had fun even though you weren't here for the whole one. And I'm gonna call it, so I'm gonna get some music. Let's pick some fun music to end it. All right, I'm trying to find something. That sounds exciting. All right, none of my K-pop ones are enough, but let's do some cheering in the chat. Our winner, as decided by stream, we will see if it matches the YouTube votes, but the stream has voted for Nancy Dream. And I honestly think that this might win the poll, but I don't know. YouTube really likes Popmart, so maybe it won't win. But I hope everyone had a lot of fun, and I hope you enjoyed watching this battle, whether you're watching it live or on the VOD. And let me know if you disagree with what happened on stream. Which one do you think was the actual winner? Do you agree is Nancy Dream #1? And I hope you guys all had a lot of fun. I will be back here on Saturday for our Ball Jointed Dolls stream. I will announce the official starting time on Monday, so keep your eye out for that. And I hope everyone had a great night. And let me see if I can get Butter. Butter, you want to come say goodbye? Heather, you're happy Nancy won? Yeah, I think Nancy was going to win. That was my prediction. I thought Skull Panda, Baby Ghost Bear, or Nancy Dream. I think on Instagram, Nancy Dream is like everyone's favorite. So I hope you guys all had a good night. I'm trying to see if Butter will come out of hiding. Hi, Butter. Do you want to say goodbye to stream? No, she's not in the mood. Butter, do you want to come say hi? I hope you guys all have a great night. Thanks for joining the stream, and I will see you on the next live stream. And in 2 weeks, we will do a regular new releases stream. So if you like watching new releases streams, it will be back in 2 weeks. So I hope everyone has a great night. Thank you for joining me. Good night, everybody. And good night from Butter as well.